Trading futures in the night, so cold rocket dreams, resilience in the fold. Hedge pressurizing, the charts are bold. Dated bands rapping, stories untold. Riding with rockets through your AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade hold never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Treading on, the pulse ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Trees of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with your AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, checking the charts. Midnight glory. Sanctuary in all its blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
What's up, friends? What's up? Good morning. Oh, heyo, heyo. CPI moving this market. Crazy. Up and back down, back to where we started. Can't say I'm surprised. How y'all doing? Good morning. My stuff loaded up here. Good morning, guys. Powder Chan, Dillis, Stu, Jonathan, Ransom Baggins, Jason, Dominic, Ricky, JK. Hey, what's up, Frank? I'll say hey to Frank twice so Jason hear me yesterday. Morning, Adolfo, Mad Yoda, Mars, Simon Dean, what's up? Good to see you guys again. Always, always, always. Let's get my stuff going on here. What's up, guys? Good morning. Wait. Peter says, what's going on ETF and process your payout? I don't work for these companies, so I don't know. I haven't heard of anything. I can ask for you and see what's going on. Send me a DM with information. I can follow up with them if I can. Wait, you got ads yesterday? No. I don't have ads turned on the live. Oh wait, hold on. You talking about like the replay, like throughout the night, like throughout the day? Replay, like not live, but basically later. You watched it. I didn't know I had control over that. I thought I just had control over the live. So when you replay it, I guess there's ads. Well, that does make sense. You know, I've never thought of it. So no ads overnight. That's what you're saying. Like when you watch the video and it's not live. That's what you're saying. I'll have to think of this for next time. All right, CPI. I guess try to do this tonight. I don't know how many ads did you see and how often did you see them? During the stream, you shouldn't see any during the stream. That's what I hope you had. I pushed the button to punish people when they went the other day. That's the only time I've ever done it. When I was like, I'm gonna make you guys watch ads unless you click the like button. It tends to work. All right. So some data came out this morning. CPI. First of all, the year-over-year actual 2.8 on a 2.9% forecast. I mean, that's a pretty good. It's a pretty good setup. I mean, it's still not where it needs to be, right, for any major Fed activity. Let me get that data in front of us real quick. Let's get on over. CPI still kind of bouncing around sub 3. I mean, 2.8. It's pretty low. I mean, it's been lower. Right, we're still experiencing possible issues with inflation. Tariff stuff is going to make it worse. You know, it's kind of doing this, right? It went up in COVID, post-COVID, then it came down like this, and then it's kind of like doing this. It's coming down, but it's coming down like really slow and really bouncy. So we're not getting some drastic moves. So the Fed's not going to be doing anything. We're already talking about last year, the Fed. You know, all latest futures predict that we're probably not going to rate cut this year at all. Now, again, we'll see how this last, market crash is going to change their mind or whatever. But even the core is really high. Core is still 3+, excluding food and energy. So any discretionary items are very expensive still. So where a lot of your inflation's sitting at right now. And yeah, that's it. So today, the rest of the stuff on the news is pretty normal. 10-year note auction today, kind of important for anything recessionary that comes out at noon. The 10-year, 2-year yield curve is always a big indicator for like, are we going to recession or not? So watch that. Okay. You know the drill. No chart. No, there's start. You guys will stare at my pretty face for like a minute. So that's it. That's it. A little CPI action, a little, market flew way up, flew way back down. We call this a non-event. So this is cool. This is not affecting today's market anymore. So you can wake up with a fresh perspective on the day. The S&P rallied and came right back to where it started, which is good. I don't know what. Wait, we are outside DD bands already in the S&P. Say it ain't so. Oh, we still have 66 points. How about that? All right. See how we handle this one going forward. All right, so outside of DD bands, you guys know the rules. Let me show you the cheat sheet, show you what this one's all about. So any move outside of the bands here. No shorting up here, right? We don't short in bull runs or bull markets. The short only applies if the market comes right back down into the bands, with the DD ratio less than half, then there is a short. So off of the band itself is a short pivot. Outside of the band, we tend to err to the bull side if we can. There is no longing off of anything other than strong pivots only and the band itself. So if it hits the band and DD ratio is greater than half, a long is a great appropriate trade. The long is always appropriate trade off the upper band. It's just that without the DD ratio supporting it, smaller positions only, essentially outside the band is all small position. So thinking, do I want to take a long off the band? If it taps it, I could. Any strong pivots down in here are good long pivots to bounce right back up. And then, of course, MHP bears on top, bulls on bottom. You guys know the drill. Y'all know the drill. The DD band drill. The DD band shuffle. And here we are sitting there popping, coming back. And then again, this could be a possible long setup going forward. Now, again, with this CPI stuff, giving the market a reason to move up higher. Beating expectation is one thing, but the tariff stuff is very recent. I think that it's really missing some expectation. Now today, we touched that impact red line, that 751 that we talked about, right? Red lines are going to be where your pivots tend to sit at. And so when you have these illiquidity pivots, red lines are great. Great pivots to take. Now let me double check. I got all my stuff right here. I don't know why it's not saving my drawings. 533. 636. All right. Do I think learning to read tape is necessarily profitable long term? No. Any trading skill or chart reading skill or liquidity finding skill, any skill is useful, but not necessary to be profitable long term, and not even correlating. Risk management is where your profitability comes from. Remember our courses, the monkey randomly longs the market and makes money. Randomly longs, just randomly picks a spot and longs the market. And you don't need to do anything special to make money and profit other than manage your positions and manage your losses. That is the one skill set everybody should walk up and beg people to teach them. How do I manage my position size? How do I manage my losses? That's what I'm struggling with. And so anything you do will not help your profitability. Zero. No indicators, no tools, and nothing will help your profitability. Zero. Nobody's going to add something to be, oh my God, this is going to make me more profitable. The thing that makes you more profitable is to take trading days away from you. That's the easiest way. We teach somebody so he says, if you can, I was on an interview last night with Max Options. And he was like, if there's one piece of advice you can give to people, what is it? Or no, sorry, it was not that one, but there was another one that was like, what is the one thing that you can do? Give somebody the best piece of trading advice you had. And I was like, I taught them the VIX triple V rule. And I was like, there's a line you can draw on VIX once a month. And if VIX is above that line, you can sit out the whole month from Wednesday to Wednesday, third Wednesday to third Wednesday, and come back when VIX is below that line, when you redraw it whatever month. And that month you will have such an easy time trading, such an easier time. Removing trading days helps your profitability. The reason for that is when VIX is in that state, the market's going to be less susceptible to crazy Trump tweets, CPIs, whatever. The market's not going to fly off to handle hundreds of points every minute, NASDAQ, right? The non-volatile market keeps NASDAQ in check with its nice, clean 40-point bumps and stuff. Those markets are easier to execute any strategy, and you'll have an easier time trading. And so the thing you can do to become more profitable is to take things away, trade fewer days and find strategies to do so. But mostly because you're going to lose less. The less you do, the less you lose. It's just a guarantee. Now, the other thing is that profitability comes from your position management, size management. That's really where what you currently do can improve. It's only not by adding indicators or adding extra things you do, or trying to find more pivots. It's by managing the ones you use. Be more efficient with them. Great question, though. Yellow lines. Have I done any trades today? I have not. I've done absolutely nothing today. But hit that like button, y'all. Ooh. All right, what's up? Good morning, Frank. Dustin, I said Frank again. Mike Lanford, the GOAT. Thank you very much. Love you. Nadia, Mark Landers, good morning. Lucas, Frog Dog. Simon already said your name. Ice Wallet again. Hell, what's up? Aaron, what's up? Stu. Do you think we run down from here today? The market is trying to sell off every pop, but this could be the dead cat bounce day. We'll see where we open. I'm curious to see what we open in. And resilience is going to be a big part of today's determining factor. Now, it looks like yesterday we've clobbered through both of these gap fills. Make sure we don't have any on the way up that we need to focus on, and we actually do. This guy. This guy right here. I mean, the market could very well move in this direction for a little bit on the way down. I mean, the market's not going to likely just fall straight down. Still can. It still looks bad for the next 3 months according to the monthly maps. Monthly maps aren't good at all. We'll get a reprint in the morning of a new map, but as of right now, QQQ's maps are. As of right now, we still have major liquidation. This bull side like fleeing like this over the next month, not good. Bear side strengthening over the next month, not good. And actually the next 3 months, not good. So the market doesn't look good for a while. Okay, we can see 3 months into the future. And this does not look good. S&P, same story. The bull zone is looking bad for another week. A wave up. So basically sell-off week, relax week, craziness again that's hard to predict for the month, and then bear zone is just getting worse all the way through the end of April. So we don't have a good read on this market at all. This market is still not done. The uncertainty of what Trump's doing with the tariffs, it changes every day. Nobody has a gauge of this. Everyone's going sidelines. It's going to be like this for a while. Don't underestimate how much the tariff stuff is going to sell off the market. Smash the like button, friends. You guys are watching the one, the only Rocket Scooter trading channel. Going big, going viral for a reason. You guys are tired of watching the Simfluencer blow-up-a-thons. You know, I want to learn some good trading stuff. This is what you're here for. And also, you are here to do me one favor and one favor only. We're starting the day. And you guys know the rule. Because every single day we start, we want to get you guys engaged, get ready to get going. We'd like for you to, you know, tip your bartender real quick.
Hit the like button. Rocket Scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rocket Scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Rocket Scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rocket Scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit the like button.
Okay, guys. My predisposition today is probably long in the market if I can find a good pivot to long from. There's a high probability that the market has created an event off of the CPI that will sell off and go lower. Very high probability. The market's been selling for a while. And nothing's changed from yesterday and today. There's people still trying to get out. This could be the way that they get out. This market could completely crash out today as well. It's a very scary day. Still really bad. I'm going to get this stream up to 200 likes before we get started. How long will the Rocket Scooter Lifetime Package be 40% off? No, Lifetime Package is no longer discounted, Jason. Full price. We don't have a deal planned for Rocket Scooter Lifetime until at least Black Friday. Very rare. It's usually once a year that we do Rocket Scooter Lifetime deals. But right now, the monthly package is $40 off after the first month. Everybody, bottom right of the screen, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to tip your bartender for these awesome cocktails. We bring out the good shit. We get the top shelf drinks, make you a little whiskey cocktail. We light it on fire, smoke it. Feels how beautiful that is. You guys are going to love it. Give us a little likey like. Current goals, make enough money Black Friday to buy a Lifetime Rocket Scooter. Good goal to have. Morning, love the channel, brother. No generic zone here, just pro level trading. What's up, Sahid? Thanks, brother. Frank, good morning. What's up? you rewatched the stream and had ads like every 5 to 10 minutes overnight, I can't control that. That's normal. If your channel's monetized, they'll choose when they put the ads. I don't think I can change the frequency of that. That's just YouTube, man. They do that so that you go buy their YouTube Premium. All right, guys, let's get 200 likes. Bottom right of your screen, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Victor, what'd you win today? If we get 300 likes, I'll give Victor the free course in the first hour. Oh, what did I say? Oh. You're a convert. Lewis Smith, welcome to the crew, man. Today's going to be fun. First day, I love it. I think a lot of people remember their first day. This is a lifestyle change. It's like that day that you quit smoking and you feel like something in your life is about to be different. A whole different way to see markets. Volume prediction is a whole different layer. I feel like you have control of what you're doing. Hopefully you find the same path most people do, is that this ends up feeling better for you. I don't guarantee anybody to do better at trading, obviously. You have to be very ethical about this, but most people are like, I trade less, I feel smarter, I feel better. And a lot of people are saying they're doing better. But the thing is that feeling better is the most important step. Like, I'm no longer gambling, I'm no longer, chasing stuff. I'm no longer behind on the trend. I'm planning. I'm executing a plan. I'm following the plan. And once I get people in the mode of planning, it's like an addiction. 28-day course is a ton to learn. Value is there. All right, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. All right. Everybody here. Remember, when 9:30 rolls around, we turn the stream off if we don't get to our goal. Bull day, fingers crossed. It could be. It very well could be. We're open outside DD band, so we know the rules up here. It's a little bit chaotic. Market's irrational to start. Position sizing already. Sizing down. We got a little pencil tool here. No. 4% of days close above these green lines. 96% of days will close below. I need to like close some things down. I can feel my computer sputtering a little bit. Sure, I am out of memory, aren't I? Close a few things down here. I think like Thinkorswim has like a major memory leak. Oh, I got Excel open. That's why. Oh, yeah, Excel hogging up 20% of my RAM. Well, huh. All right, let's close some of this down. I have a lot of RAM too. Let's close this bad boy down. So far, I'm up 91% in my Tradeify accounts. 91% win rate in my Tradeify accounts. On my way to 100K profit. We are getting there. Outside of the band, small trades, long only, strong pivots only. A strong pivot is here. Off the band itself. A strong pivot's MHP. Bears on top, bulls on bottom. Yeah, I can increase the RAM usage in Thinkorswim. Yeah, you can. Before you log in, you can do that. That's like so old school because back then, computers didn't have a lot of RAM. So Thinkorswim was such a memory hog back in the day when people used to have like 4 gigs of RAM in early 2000s. You had to go in there and tell Thinkorswim, don't hog up all my memory. But it's Excel, and I have Excel open. It's like, computers like, Excel is such a resource hog. It's crazy. What's up? Good morning. Hit that like button. Consistent. What's up? Good morning, guys. All right. Resilience be much in play today. Resilience is going to be what you need to watch. I'm going to estimate that Nasdaq resilience is going to be probably different than regular SPY resilience. That there's going to be a little bit of a magnitude difference between them. Nasdaq is looking really good relative to the S&P. Nasdaq has not returned to start. So Nasdaq resilience is going to be positive more so than the S&P is. You're going to have the index divergence light going out, which just means you pay attention to one of them pulling the other one down. We don't usually say that the Nasdaq will pull the S&P down, but just be cautious that everything isn't going to open up and sell off. Now, the overnight, we press through these DD bands. 4% of days will close above. Statistically, 96 below. Such a strong pivot. Now, this DD ratio is going to be less than half, greater market. Okay. So when we open, we get our liquidity maps, we get a resilience, you can see what we get on this one. We also have a crew of people that are testing, which is really cool, our newest indicator, weekly hedge pressure resilience. It's the blue resilience line down at the bottom. Super exciting about this one because now we have a tiebreaker for the blue resilience, which is awesome. Do we see the CPI high or low first? Probably the low. They seem to be freezing a lot. I'm just kidding. I did that on purpose. No, I don't know. I think my internet has been like sputtering since they were saying yesterday like the Ukrainian hackers also hacked my stuff too. So who knows? Because honestly, it's been a pain in the... I'm just kidding again. That's just... I don't know. Yeah, it was really bad yesterday, so I was kind of pissed off. My stream kept going, like circling, that the viewers would drop, and I'm like, wait, come back, don't leave me. But the market's been looking for reasons to sell, and it really hasn't gotten a breathing point to sell from for a while. And that pressure is still there. So this pop could be a mechanism for the market to sell really bad today because now it's really high. Now we've moved up fairly rapidly. We rallied up in the end of the day yesterday, which you can always tell yourself a lot of times, you know, what is causing that? Well, people were covering shorts in the CPI and people are still trying to sell into it. So let's see what we got. And so we rallied up. People are selling. We pushed through here and now we bumped up and we're slightly above yesterday's, you know, high. And so this is kind of one of those things where I feel like this could be a day where we just continue to sell off and we hit back in this range. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys all something. I've done this enough in this environment. I've been trading since 2010, and I know exactly what to expect. If the market's going to rally from CPI, it would be the rarest that it does this. Let me tell you what it's likely to do. It's likely to do this, and then this. The markets don't usually rebound from a bear market and have a big green day without a devastatingly red moment to follow. So the thing to think about is that usually in an environment like this, pops are shorted. The DD ratio less than half, the market's bearish. People are shorting the pops, like shorting the pops so much. And the market's likely to sell really hard and then hit a support and rally. It's very common that happens. Today could be lows for the month and then highs for the week at the same time. It is very common to see the market sell off and die and sell off and die. And then midday, like freaking rally up, like rally up, like big dead cat bounce. You usually don't, unless of two things, unless you get really good news that propagates the market higher. And this is not necessarily really good news. CPI came in relatively muted. It wasn't a big change. It's not even supporting the CPI dropping quick, which will support the Fed cutting rates before December. We don't have any of that. So right now, it's supporting the idea that the market just popped on the fact that it wasn't bad news. Neutral news. Slight beat, but isn't a big deal. The core still looks like crap. And, you know, the core is still above 3, even though the actual CPI year-over-year is below 3. Core is above 3. Still not good. We're not in a good spot. So going forward, I believe this was going to sell off very hard today. And I'll be lovely to see strong pivots anywhere down in here to grab to long, including the bottom band itself. Aloha, what's up, Hawaii? Hades. System is tops. My internet goes out every even with direct fiber. I don't care how boss your system is. Your broker has server issues or any of your apps are sitting in your hands. Yeah, like my internet just went out one morning and the modem light was flashing for some reason. They had to come out and replace the whole thing. The modem just died. Like the router modem just. No shorting. Yeah, shorting is very appropriate. DD band to resistance is a short setup with the ratio less than half. And I think we get ratio less than half. Greater market. DD today. Questionable because we did bump up. I don't know if we're less than or greater than half. It could be above the edge here. So I'm going to leave that blink and not speculate. And SPY as well. We don't know if we're going to be above MHP or not. So we're going to leave that blink as well. We all know that monthly maps are still bearish. Very important to get the reads of our 2 major confluence indicators for greater market right at the open. Yeah, my streams keeps showing like little dippy dips. And I don't know what's causing that. The data is like. Good morning, guys. Hit the like button to get up to 200. If we get up to 300 before the market opens, Victor's going to automatically win the prize. So that's kind of the rule here. Good morning, bro. Quick question. Does eval of TPT liquid your account if you go lower than your limit loss in the account intraday, then you finish the day higher? If it's trailing drawdown, it is. I don't know if the TPT accounts are trailing drawdown or not. Which account are you in? I need to learn because I haven't used them yet. They're like next on the list. Trust me. Somebody here might be able to answer that question. Let me check the evals real quick. They will be next on my list, trust me. I don't even know how to sign up. I'm at their website. What the heck? Trust me, they're going to be the next ones that I use. Oh, here it is, here it is, here it is. Create. Oh, there it is. My bad. Okay. Intraday, so you passed the 2K a day buffer. Thank you very much. So, did they only have one count type, right? In TBT? Test account. Journey to profit test account. Do they have a straight to funded? Do they have a straight to funded model as well? Because, like, I guess I'm just trying to look at the sign up here. It looks a little. Doesn't really describe much. Create subscription, choose your account size. 25, 50. It just says futures. It doesn't say any kind of account. They only like one account type. 5 trading days for eval. No straight to funded. Okay. That is why. So yeah, 25, 50, 75. It looks like they have end of the day trailing drawdown. So it's end of the day. Daily loss and remove. So they have an end of the day trailing drawdown, right? So Pro is intraday, evals are end of the day. Thank you for that. So yeah, I couldn't find the rules for Pro, so I haven't done them yet, so I didn't know the rules for Pro. The eval side is EOD. Where do I see MHP and hedge pressure on the chart? So on the futures, we give that to you in the Discord. So in the Discord, a bot puts that out. It's not automated yet. In the platform, it shows up when the market opens. So the calculation's done right 9:30 in the morning, where that magic calculation happens. But payouts right away once passing through your buffer. Yeah, that's what I heard, that they have amazing rules and amazing payouts. So I'm excited to check them out. As soon as I'm done, 100K at Tradeify. Like I said, I'm rocking 91% win rate even in this month. All your major simfluencers, prop firm, arbitrage traders, goofballs out there have been blowing up. We haven't. We haven't been blowing up. Trading bad. You guys haven't witnessed one single blow up on stream. Not all. Not one. And I do all my trades live in front of you. 50% consistency isn't bad for eval? No, it's not bad at all. That just means winning in 2 days. That's like Top Step is 50%. Once you hit 10K, they move you to live. Easy peasy. Once over the buffer, it's gone. Easy peasy. Love it. Love getting rid of trailing drawdown. Trailing drawdown's the worst. If you hit your trailing drawdown, it usually stops you for good. I think that was the question. Is it like just ending you for the day or you're done? Usually that's the end of the account. Is there a reason you would have different DD levels than you on NASDAQ? The margin requirements could have changed and you didn't update them. So if you're using like an indicator that's outside of Rocket Scooter, you have to come in here and make sure that the margin requirements haven't changed the risk interval. So every night the DD difference in the risk interval changes. Every night it's updated. So make sure that you've updated it. The platform will, if you're doing it like in Thinkorswim or you're just tracking another platform, in the platform it'll update automatically. So it is what it is in the platform. What's up, guys? Good morning. Hit that like button. Rocket Scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rocket Scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 10 minutes till market opens. We are almost at our 200 goal. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in every morning. Thanks for coming for the straight up free alpha. I'll tell you guys, everybody that you watch trading on YouTube, it's going to be wasting your time. We have a secret here. We do this because, I mean, like we've exploded in size. Our stream is 10 times bigger in the last month once major influencers are starting to pick up what we're doing and kind of post up and people are finding us. We're always trading's biggest secret, and all your mentors and all your influencers know who I am. We've done some great things in the trading world. I mean, great things, winning contests and this and that and creating this trading platform. But now we're starting to get some traction. So we love you guys supporting the YouTube channel. We're always kind of like, you know, back and forth, sometimes on YouTube, sometimes on Zoom. Now we're going full force on YouTube. And I love that you guys are giving us the support. That's amazing. T-Bands update every night, roughly at 5:30. So before the futures market opens, we open that. Outside DD bands, no trades, no sir. There are always trades. There's always money in the banana stand. Let's go. Let me show you where it is. Outside of DD bands, small trades, longs only, strong pivots only. The strong pivots are going to be MHP, bear zone top, bull zone bottom, and the upper DD band itself only when the ratio is greater than half. Thank you. I see another Arrested Development fan in here. There are dozens of us excited to know that you're here. Right here. Strong pivots only. Long here with the DD support or all your major pivots. I'm going to tell you I've traded enough through bear markets to tell you that this is the rarest of the rare to see this market go this high from here. The rarest of the rare. If anything, this is going to do something like this before it does something like this. Mark my words, I've done enough bear markets to know that this is not likely the case of the big bull market, or it can be We'll have to very much watch this. I'm not calling for a sell-off, but the market has been trying to find a pacing point to pause to sell off from, and this nice little pop on muted neutral data might be that very thing. That's why I'm not touching this. Irrational outside of the band, small trades only right now, and of course, I'm waiting for market to open. How does RS profit from contango? I don't understand that question. Maybe rephrase that question, Arvin. We got 300 likes. Victor is happy. No, we don't have 300 likes. We have 186. oh, Victor. Today is the day Victor's going to win. And today could be the day that I pull out the monkey paw. So the monkey paw is a special song that we play. You guys know, like, all the movie tropes, like from, you know, like I think this was actually from the Twilight Zone, where you have like the monkey paw from the weird old man's antique shop and you make a wish. I think like Rick and Morty also had a monkey paw. Futurama, they always meme the saying, so when you make a wish, it's a wish from the devil and it's granted, and the monkey paw loses a finger like that, right? And you get 5 wishes and then the devil owns your soul. So we have a song that we play that automatically will rally the market. It's wonderful. We only get 5 uses of the song because apparently, according to folklore, the monkey paw gets 5 wishes before it goes away. So today, if y'all want, we'll bust out Rich's song. We get 4 left. The Simpsons also had the monkey paw. Yeah. So when we hit whatever low and the market's crashing out today and we feel like, okay, lower DD band or whatever, we'll pop the paw out and I'll show you this song rallies the market. It's guaranteed. SEC watchdogs. It's a guarantee. 100% accuracy. I'm not lying. Totally not being sarcastic there. So just use 4 and toss it. Let's use all 4 and then we'll rally to all-time highs and then figure it out from there. What an amazing show. Arrested Development or my YouTube show? Probably talking about Arrested Development, but thank you if you said our show's amazing. Arrested Development is hilarious. It is like a show that rewards... I like shows that reward faithful viewership. Like the jokes are mostly inside jokes for fan service if you already watch the show. It feels even funnier when a show has complex jokes that you only get if you've been watching a lot of the show. Arrested Development is like the king of that kind of style of comedy. Why is 10-year bond yield going up when the CPI came in lower? They're not correlated. That's why. The 10-year auction is today, by the way. Yields only go up when premiums go down. And premiums go down when people don't want to buy the bonds because the yield is not as much as inflate. It doesn't gain as, or like, sorry, let me start. So inflation is a loss of fixed income. So something that goes up 3%, if inflation's 3%, your fixed income loses 3% at the end of life, right? When the bond matures. So if you don't have at least 3% yield, nobody wants to buy a bond. So the premiums go down until the yield goes above 3%, then people are ready to buy it. Why? So why people don't want to buy it? First of all, the CPI, I'm going to tell you, it's not exactly correlated to a degree. It's desire of people wanting to go into fixed income right now. So people are actually moving more to cash, I think, than anything because they don't want the bonds because of the inflation. They don't want the stock market because of the tariffs. And so people are kind of going cash rich right now. And we've heard this with like Warren Buffett, you know, famously going very cash heavy right now. And it's good that sometimes it will have a really strong correlation, right? When inflation is up, bond yields will go up. People will chase fixed income, but only if the yields are greater than the inflationary loss. Good question. But even so, the CPI kind of came in at expectation. I think the core was the one that was a little more alarming. 3 minutes till market opens, you guys. So be careful that today sells off really hard. We're going to watch this one. The actual came in 2.8 at 2.9. The core came in 3.1 at 3.2. Core's still above 3. And, you know, the Fed wants to see, 2% target inflation or lower to do any kind of action. We're not getting any Fed assistance here at 3. And the tariffs are not going to help the overall price of goods if these businesses pass the cost on to us. So we're kind of in a weird spot with this, but great question. I would say, do I do options too? I do when the market bottoms out. Yes, sir. The cornballer. Yeah, the cornballer joke is one of the biggest inside jokes of that show. I love it. Yeah, when the market hits a sane state, I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna make $1 million on the way up, literally live on YouTube. You stay here for this. Go watching these goofballs out there gambling their accounts and not knowing what they're doing. You're gonna watch me make $1 million right in front of your faces. Sometime between now and April, we'll look for market bottoms when they bottom out. I'm going to load up on some pretty heavy-duty option plays. I do that every time the market crashes. Every time. If I'm in a trade and decide to hedge, will you mention it? I always mention it, but what do you mean when I decide to hedge? Explain that. There's always money in the banana stand. What options do I buy? I have a whole process to pick some of them out. I usually do diversified. And likely, like I did last time when I made this big, massive trade after the market crash in 2022, or recession in 2022, I bought Apple, Google, JP Morgan, QQQ, and NVIDIA. So I spread it out amongst the bigs and just rode up when everything rides up. So I'll probably do something similar. Oh, like add on another contract when it's overshooting? Oh, I get what you're saying. So, building my position. Yeah. I'll make sure to tell you guys that. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let's get up to 200, guys. Market's opening in 1 minute. 200 likes or we go dark. Everyone, 200 likes. Thumbs up button, bottom right. Everyone go. Go. This seems like a correction. Am I wrong? Probably. The market could sell off completely today and hit a bottom and then rally by the end of the day. I think that's likely what's going to happen. All right, 205, we're back. Let's go. How much cash to buy options referring to 100 million? I'll probably throw 200K at it. Try to 5X. We'll see. Last time I was getting 800 to 1500% on my options plays. So some of them were 15X. It was amazing. And the universe is handing us this golden opportunity in front of our faces. Okay. Resilience greater than 0. We'll use SPY as a gauge. There is pressure from here to here. And if we break, we support the box and keep going. Now above DD band, small trades only and strong pivots only. Open's not considered a strong pivot. So nothing yet. Let the market develop and get our liquidity maps and see what we get. Bear zone top is an EST trade on DD ratio greater than half, so we'll see what we get. Remember, bear zone top is that toss-up. You can always long small, or I can always long small there on bear zone top break, which would be about here. Or I can always short normal when DD is less than half, okay? So bear zone top in this environment actually has, you can go both ways. Kinky. I know. Is that yesterday's? Well, it could be the same. Oh, yeah, we don't have our, never mind, hold on. That is yesterday's. Forget what I said. That is yesterday's, isn't it? Oh, here we go. We're coming through. It's calculating now. It takes about up to 2 minutes to get the calc in. There we go. Oh, my charts are kind of like flipping out. Okay. So today's pretty simple. A 480 break with some velocity is a really big break to run this market long. And so we're looking at this today. Only 4% of days will close above this green line. 96% of days will close below. An MHP break in a bull zone is a really good, bear zone is a really good setup. Now, DD ratio also greater than half. That's awesome. So this is a potential long target chase to go. And any resistance from here is a pretty strong fall with that ratio less than half. Now, we are right on the edge. My thought is, do I want to short this? It's kind of a standstill. It's a coin flip, guys. And we're outside of the band, so we can tap it with a small here. MHP res is less than 0. Every single time trade. DD ratio greater than half. Man, I know. I My finger's on the button. I am so torn because this is on the edge. It is a coin flip here in an EST trade time at 480, 483. Could be a 120-point move in the NASDAQ from here. So let's monitor SPY and see what we get for SPY as well. So NASDAQ MHP break is good to the upside. And SPY is in an illiquidity pocket. No, sorry, liquidity pocket with no support anywhere. So with SPY, there is no evidence that the market can move any direction. So let's kind of hold off on that. We actually might get a break up to the upside today. Good deal. I'm not going to short this. And sometimes it's okay if you miss the trade. Being right is more important than being in the damn trade. So there is a setup called EST. If I do breakthrough here, if I support right here on any bull pivot break, I will long from here to here. It's a 3-to-1 trade, which is really good as soon as we get it. So let's let this guy return back to this like 480 level here. So about right here, there could be an entry to the long side. I never chase screens on bull breaks. Let it come back and bounce. The volatility's there. We'll let that happen. While we're waiting, let's check the VIX. Where's hedge pressure on SPY? It's on the screen, 475. Or, I don't know. Oh, wait, sorry, that's QQQ. VIX is still a bullish liquidity map, so be very careful to say the market doesn't just collapse out and sell off from here. SPY is 565. So even like with a move on SPY today to there, the market's going to have some resistance. So I think we're going to have maybe one more leg up and then it's going to turn around and sell off. But I'm not shorting it from here. The market is pretty solid for a run. It's looking pretty decent. So let's watch QQQ because it's the one that's actionable inside here. And this is that bounce point on Qs if I did want to take that little long pivot from here. Just for funsies. Oops. Just for funsies. I know my finger's like on the button here. EST on the bull side. Let's take it with one. Just one for no reason, not touching any other accounts or cost averaging in. This is a bear zone tap bounce. And again, I'm going to take risk in just one account. I'll lose maybe like 500 to 1,000. I really do want to see this flip short. And then I'd love to hit all the other accounts in the downside. But I might as well just take one here. I'll bounce my pivots around 480. If it does support, I'll probably grab with another account. I was a little late on this trade though. Just one. Like I said, one only. Statistically, it's a 3-to-1, which is good. My confidence in this trade is very low. Very low. Very low. So this is the bounce I wanted to see. I would love for it to break through MHP and the market just die out. So this is like a 10% chance that the market does move here. We don't really break MHP often to go. But I'll take it with one contract just to have some funsies with it. Pretty solid chase. I usually like to be armed and ready for those MHP breaks, so. This is a risky play to take a long from, but like I said, I got all the stats are there. DD's greater than half. Now again, it's going to try to move pretty quick. This is, hold on. I hear my computer's like glitching out here for a second. What the hell is going on here? Boy. random shit opening up here. Okay, hold on. I'm back. And my data is like moving slowly here. My internet's acting a little slow. Res is good. Outside top of the box, it's good. Yeah, it looks pretty solid here. Kind of add up right on this bull zone, bear zone bottom here. Let me grab a couple more places. Okay, I'm adding to it. On that little dip to bear zone right here, I'm going to add in my other accounts. Just one contract, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I have 3 accounts long now of the 5. Just 3. Just 3. Any concerns for longs? No, no, no. When SPY hits its upper target, that's my exit target. So by proxy, when SPY, like basically, I can get the full 120 point run in QQ. So about a 3-to-1 trade, 120 points. I can get the whole thing. But SPY also has an interrupt roughly 30 points higher as well. So 3 strikes as well. So both of them have 3 strike run possibilities here. So I like it. We're both looking pretty decent here for the run. So I'm long in 3 of the accounts. I averaged down on that dip into two of the accounts. Just 1 contract a piece, nothing crazy. This one I held through that loss. Like it was just it's just planned. I'm going to let it go the whole way if I can. It's only long in 3 of the 5. DD ratio is 58, so market's looking slightly better. Some of the stocks are doing good today. Resilience is positive, so we got gap up potential, which is looking good too. Whatever the case may be. Any break of 480 is an immediate flip short to make profit on that. So if it turns around and flips the other way at 480 break, I'm going to go ahead and go short. But DD ratio greater than half, guys. We trust. And Rocket Scooter, we trust. Long and at the highs. Long and at the highs. Because Rocket Scooter, we trust. Let's follow that DD ratio. Rocket Scooter, let's go. Yeah. Not the highs, but MHP break is what I like to prep for. That could be the reversal day. Now again, 1 contract, nothing big. How do I know the price? I don't know the price. I just, whenever I hit my pivot here, I just click the button here. Like I watch QQQ, I watch Nasdaq futures, and I can look like whenever this is trading down and hits here, then I can look here and see the price. So again, my confidence in this trade is very medium. I'm not extremely confident in this trade. It's obviously very dangerous, but I have to take that long attempt on the possible long breakup. All the data is still looking pretty good. These resilience numbers are greater than 0, which shows a little bit of extra potential. Res greater than 0 is support from there. Resilience greater than 0 is support from there. So this surprisingly should have broken below MHP, but it hasn't. And the market is looking at some big, kind of like a little bit of breakout potential here. 56 DD band, DD ratio is good. I don't like my entry could have been a little bit better though. That's okay. Do you look at Russell all the time? So negative MHP but DD is stronger. Yeah. DD is stronger than resilience in your indications for confluence. Now again, I just have to take the attempt. I don't know why my candles are freezing here. This is really weird. I can chalk this up to a IWM is a sit out setup. So inside of this range, we call these sit out setups. There's not a lot we can take from it. The internet's like sputtering a little bit. It feels weird. Nothing going on there. And SPY, of course, does have support a little bit lower. But again, if this is a loss, it's okay. I have to take the trade because the R&R is really good. I might close it out, though. I'm going to take about a little bit of extra time to analyze this. This is right on the edge of where I wanted it to be. So it's a bounce here, it's a sell-off for the day. So we either bounce here or we don't do anything at all. This is good. Break is good. Yeah. Okay, I'm out. That was an attempt. I'm out. Now let me watch this for a little bit. That's cool. Closing out. All right, so I had to take the attempt. Doesn't work. I put in 1, 3 to 1, close it out. Now we're going to look at the short setup. Let's see what we get. Back to the MHP side of things. Yeah, it wasn't a bad trade to attempt to take, but I think we're going to be, you know, a little better off looking at the short side of things. Resilience is absolutely deteriorating on the S&P. We'll see this guy bounce kind of up to here, and we'll see what the short setup looks like. I think my candles are updating like really funky. Okay. Again, let's take the reversal side of this. Here to there. See, the candles are like not updating quickly. This is kind of like blowing my mind here. We have like a slow data today. And this is a little, now guys, this is also a little tough to see. Because S&P is giving a little bit, there's S&P support off of this. My every single time trading the S&P is holding up right there, which is good. Now this is pretty interesting because about right here, the S&P has really strong support. So that is one of the things I'm kind of battling. There is good support here. I could be on the wrong side of the trade twice. But watching res deteriorate, Nasdaq res is almost negative. It is a risky short to take. And we'll see. Both sides of the plays are, both sides of the trade are risky today. There's going to be really strong support from here. That is the one thing that's kind of like exactly here. Strong support. Bear zone top S&P 5, SPY 560. Strong support. This is probably a bad play too. I don't like it. I don't like either side of this. This is really, really hard day today, guys. I'm having a hard time figuring out what I want to do. I want to close out and take what I got. What do y'all think? What do we do? What do we do? Okay, I'll take it. Go all the way back down to hedge pressure. Short the next resistance. Take the money and run. Okay, next setup short. DD band setup. Okay, that was good. That was a good decision to flip go the other way. Risky, but I didn't. It's 10% chance we break and go, 90% chance we pull back below, and that's it. So irrational. I kind of want to get in and out. Let me show you what I ended up doing. As you guys know, I always stage my trades, and I tried to be better at telling you guys I was staging in. You can see my mouse move off the screen. I do, but the account that you saw on the screen is down $131 for the day, but all the other accounts are up. So that's how we do it. There we go. This is the haul from today. So far, so good. Gotta love winning streaks. So 13, 1,000. The one that went down and then went up, that's the 131. So I'm almost flat for this one account. I'm gonna wait for this one because he always short the next resistance every time. Ooh. Hit that like button, guys. I'm trading like 92%, 93% right now in my Tradeifys. Literally, I'm crushing this bear market. Both sides. Both sides. Every major influencer out there is blowing their shit up. And I'm not. Because you guys are the best trading community on the planet. I love y'all. Y'all keep me in check. My only losing day this month was $41 loss. That's it, $41. It was one trade I made on the stream that was like micros only, and I lost 40 bucks, and I'm like, I'm done. All right, QQQ 475 to 80. It really is. This is not a short to sell off and crash the market. That's why I got out right at hedge pressure. Any short setup you take is a quick short to a resistance, and you take them one at a time. Trust me, you're not going to miss out. DD ratio is still greater than half, which means the market is likely to support on some of these little bands here. Res went slightly negative, which was kind of neat for me to want to get in and play on. Remember, no shorting outside of DD bands is the rule. That's why I'm in and out as quick as I can. Trust me when I say I'm in and out as quick as I can. I really would like to be short down here. So the rule that we teach is no shorting above these bands. It's like you guys don't short outside these bands. I will very rarely do it. And if I do, I'm in and out as quick as I can. Quick as I can. I'm not shorting to sell to crash the market out because we don't short bull markets. That's it. Second short rib for 70 points. Entry was 19,720. Justin, way to go, man. Nailed it. All right, friends, don't forget to smash that like button. Let's get to 500 viewers today. 500 plus. Best live stream. Best live streaming community. You guys are amazing. You love the community so far. Very competent. I think that's my favorite part about the Rocket Scooter experience for me is the actual community itself is by far, of all trading communities, I would say is probably the most competent, as you said. Trading communities are usually filled with like goofballs. I don't know a better way to say it, but like just goofy wannabes, man. Talk too much, talk a lot of trade, talk a lot of nonsense, and goof off and meme around. And it's fun, it's chill. It's nice to hang out with goofy, fun people or whatever. But we're kind of like the nerdy science group where you're going to see a lot of seriousness, where you're actually like talking stats and talking strats and stuff. I got you, Matt Chewett. What's up, mate? Always great to be here. Thank you, thank you. Want to surround yourself by good traders, preferably better than you like in chess. I always want to hang around people that are smarter than me. That candle, big moves? Yeah, what's going on here? Let's read up. Anything in the news? My financial juice, wee-woo didn't go off. Putin likely to eventually agree to truce, but with own terms. Oh, there we go. More Ukrainian, Russian news. Our market is Going to respond algorithmically to that, as there's algorithms that parse that news information and act on it. But in general, the Ukrainian-Russian situation does not really have an effect on the stock market as a whole with the things that we are dealing with. So a non-event, as it should be, and we can see that the market went up and down and back to where it started. That's what we call a non-event. Now remember, there is no shorting outside of DD bands per the rule. Me taking a short scalp was a quick and dirty short scalp from here to here. It was basically a 2-to-1 trade, and I hit it bigger than I should have. But usually here, we're sitting out and waiting for longs if we can get it. DD ratio greater than half. Resilience is fighting. The market very well could break to the long side. Now, my break to the long side today is if we hit 480 again, for whatever reason, I'm taking that 3-to-1 trade. 3-to-1 setup. It's amazing. But anywhere inside of here, I don't really have much to play on. On QQQ, I have a long setup from here to here. Resilience is strong enough to support a move through the box here. This is a decent setup with like a medium, actually a small position because we're outside of bands. So small position, small position. S means small. So I write on my R&R on the charts for you guys to see what I'm going to do. 3-to-1 on this one. This one is roughly 2-to-1. Again, it's dangerous, right? And anything below here, if this ratio is less than half, I'm jumping in on the short for this market to die. So that's what I kind of want to wait for. Let this market kind of die out. And we'll see. Now for you guys, 30% off a tick, Profit Trader, 30% off Tradeify, 65% off ETF eval accounts, which are the fast tracks. We get all the deals. Use code Rocket Scooter. I'm going to tell you guys, this is your first time here, use our affiliate code. It gives you something back. Everything that we make from the affiliate sales go right back into the platform. That's really neat. If you guys are choosing which code to use, we get the same deal as everyone else. Don't let salesmen tell you otherwise. We are a tier 1 affiliate relationship with every major prop because we're one of the biggest out there. Now, being said, and the biggest communities out there. On YouTube, we're growing because we're, our presence on YouTube hasn't been as deep as other people have, but in trading communities, we've done 10,000 users of our platform. We're huge. So we get the best deals, and the kickback we get is not, feeling my Lambo, or, I'm not going to Vegas and wasting it. I'm not buying hookers and blow with it. Okay, I am buying hookers and blow with it, but only a little bit. And the rest of it goes into developing the platform. Further indicators, further tools, further studies, more employees. So we love you guys. Use our code going forward here on out. Use Rocket Scooter as your code. You are developing a trading platform with your purchase of a prop firm. You're telling iDoc, she is my hooker. That's who takes the money. Okay. So 2-to-1 setup possibly at 477. iDoc is in our chat. iDoc is sleeping right now. We woke up at like 2 in the morning. We fell asleep. Like, we went and bought some heated blankets, heated Snuggies, okay? You guys know Snuggies, right? It's the blanket with sleeves on it. And we buy like these heated ones you plug into the wall. By far, I don't care if it's hot outside, cold outside, whatever. You lay on your couch with like a heated blanket, you're going to pass out. There's no way you won't. And dude, we lay there on our couch. We have our big old new Restoration Hardware couch, that big giant one we have. And we each have our little corner we sit in. And we have our blankets, and we're like playing games on our phone or playing Switch or something. And we both pass out, and we wake up at 2 in the morning. And we're like, oh, we fell asleep on the couch again. Like every night. Every night's this way. Now, do I want to take this long trade here or not? That's the question. SPY is at a really solid pivot. No, it's not. SPY's on an IP. Okay. Ah, man. Res is negative and SPY. Okay. So, yeah, this is going to yank us down. So, basically, I'm going to avoid the long setups today, guys. I'm going to let this try to yank us down and see where we go. I think we overshoot DD band and try to pop back in and do something else. So, my guess today is that we're going to do this. Fight up. S&P's going to bull zone and try to fight up. So, we got about another 30-point drop in the S&P possible from here to fill the gap if RES stays negative, which it likely will. And again, while I do think it's going to come down, there is no short setup against the bull side of this DD. Now, again, me tapping that quick short was just a quickie. I need to be cautious following my risk management stuff. And this is why you don't short on the bull side breaks of DD band. Only 4% of days will close above. So our back test is there. But we think S&P is going to fill its gap. Res is negative. So we do have the potential of this through here to move down. So a lot of times the markets are irrational. I'll just kind of wait till something good sets up. Ideally, if the market were to crash today, boy, I'd love to see this fall all the way down to 550 and then grab a dip there to pull it back up. SPY negative, will we fill the gap? Very likely so. That's the one thing I'm seeing. What is this? 20. How much did I make today? 24, 23. I'm adding up my number. 27, 6, 30, 3,300, something like that. Okay, 33. All right. Ooh, we are so happy. Somebody, all right, let's check out what's going on here. So we're going to wait on this. You guys know the irrational rules. Let me show you the cheat sheet that I'm following so you guys can see what I'm looking at. So every one of our things from our boot camp has information. A little cheat sheet here. Tells me what's going on. When we break outside these structure bands, they're called DD bands based on the risk interval. It's a margin requirement thing. Outside these bands, market's highly irrational. It's usually worth sitting out if you don't know what you're doing. Inside of here, I'll take small longs only outside the bands. No shorting, even though I took a short. Don't tell my boss. Very obvious to try to take it with res deteriorating, but in all honesty, it's a quickie in and out trade. I'm not betting on the market being short whatsoever from here with really good indications coming up that are bullish. DD greater than half is very, very, very awesome. We have a bunch of competing pressures today. If we reclaim here, it's a really strong move, at least to there. Or only to there if res is less than 0. So the DD ratio is good for bear zone top support and bull zone bottom support. Now, again, long setups are pretty decent from here, at least in general, but the S&P is now showing a damning sign that's going to fill its gap. That's why I'm not doing it. With a resilience less than 0, the S&P is likely to fill its gap. So because I'm confused and I've got good bull setups and good bear setups, I decide to sit out. Does everyone understand why I'm sitting out? Does this make sense, everybody, right now? Resilience says it's likely to fill the gap. DD ratio says likely to support. Now DD ratio is less than half, so we're good. So because of where I like the confliction, it doesn't really give me a straight signal. I'm just going to chill, right? So I'm kind of like, which way do I go? It's not clean. And don't worry, many of your days will be clean. I mean, clean like a spleen, as we used to say. I don't know how clean your spleen is. I don't know if spleens are even clean, but it rhymes. It sounds cute. Okay. Confusion, right? Just kind of chill. Look at that red candle just flipped green. Weirdness right there, right? What do we do? DD ratio now less than half. The bull side potential is practically dead now on this particular run. This is now resistance with DD less than half. We now have 2 resistance points at 560. Now a bump there is resistance. DD ratio less than half, guys. This is a short from there. If I was inside the bands, which I'm not. I'd love to see it though. So now the DD ratio is less than half. This is resistance, guys. This rally potential is dead, in my opinion. You got 2 confluence indicators lining up here at the same spot. We can always take the EST trade from here to here if I wanted to. If that ratio is greater than half, I could. It is balancing right here. Oh, shit, when we get there, it is bouncing at half, huh? Oh, this is tough. This is tough, guys. Very tough. Oh, it is like literally on the edge here. I don't like this at all. This one's tough. This one's tough, y'all. Tough to say. God, I'm just like, should I do it? Market's trying to find a bid here. Some of the stocks are throwing some hope at us. Let's just chill. Let's just wait and see. DD ratio is now deteriorating at the bear zone top. This is now the coin flip setup where it's kind of like can go either way from here. This is a launch point from here. Yeah, just wait and see. Wait and see what we get. This little move right here was pretty peculiar today. Not interesting on this one. Let's prepare for red lines in case we do break down and rally. Let's just zoom in here, make it a little bit bigger for you guys to see. What's that VIX doing today? VIX is in an illiquidity pocket itself. DD is still holding the fort. This is the launch point. So this is the scary part from here. If you guys are in any kind of trade, this is a launch point. In the next 5 or 10 minutes, the market's going to move very rapidly from this spot. This is a launch point, either a bull launch point or a bear launch point. This is one of our kind of like pressure points here that's very important to seeing this market. Let's see. CPI today, guys. Yep. So we have two competing signals that are very strong here. DD greater than half, we're this way. And right on the edge, it's flip-flopping pretty quickly. Res is less than 0, so the best we do is fill the gap. So the market is trying to rally, but also trying to fill its gap. It's like fighting two different things at the same time. Everything bullish about the stock is trying to rally, and this ratio going below half is the death of the market from here. So this is likely a false bull break if we don't get that support of half or more, and the market will likely fade from here. So at this launch point, the indicator is literally at 50%. It's not even giving us one way or the other. That's the tricky part. So I'm watching NQ off to the side here, and let's put QQQ over here. I'm just watching SPY because that's where the SPY pivots are. I'm by proxy watching both at the same time. And then, of course, let me delete all of this really quick. Our SPY setup here, our QQQ setup. %10 of days will break MHP and go up. 90% of days will reject and come down. Res greater than 0 is a push from there. So what's neat about this distance, this is a 1 risk interval move, about 158. You can see right here, roughly about 1 risk interval move. Yeah, it just means wait. Let's wait this one out. DD is slowly improving, yeah. There's like a standstill here with nothing really good to do. Well, guys, y'all want me to tell you a story, or what are we going to talk about today? What can we talk about today? Important retest here at 6:07. Yep. How was Pickle's spa day? Dude, I mean, Pickle came back like super cute looking. I mean, like, you know, he had a bandana on. You know, he comes out with his hair cut short. He has a mohawk now. They trimmed his hair on his back, like, in a good way. He's got like this really cute looking mohawk. Yeah, he had a good time, man. And they were like, he's so easy to trim. I think it's like the breeders very much like were hands-on with the puppies early on. They're like, we bought him for like the best breeder of this breed in the country. They're literally like insta famous. These people are humongously famous for this kind of dog. And they're known for like being crazy about their dogs, like crazy. Like as an example, when we got the dog, we had to go through hoops. I'm talking hoops to even get approved. It wasn't like, sure, you can have the dog. First of all, there's a 1-year wait list just because it's such high demand. And second of all, there was an instructional packet we had to print out, which was like this thick in a binder. I'm talking like textbook amount of stuff. There was like 20 PDFs we had to print out, and each one had dozens of pages. And the PDFs were like, you must do this, you must do this, you must do this. She made us buy this list of things, like so many things. You have to buy like this thing for your dog. You have to buy like 6 ounces of goat's milk. You have to buy, it was like all this stuff. And you had to buy everything, like thousands of dollars worth of stuff. You have to buy a slide for your dog for stimulation. Like the dog can walk up the thing and slide down. Okay. But it wasn't just you buy a slide for your dog. It was you need to buy 2 slides for your dog so that your dog has 2. There's no wiggle room here. So it was like so much. It was so specific too. And everything we had to buy had paragraphs of reasons why you had to buy it and use it. The person also typed in all caps, which is funny, like to stress importance in an informational document. It's like, you must buy 2 slides. And it's like all caps. You know, somebody that types paragraphs and every other sentence is like all caps. It was like that. And we had to send videos of our house and videos of things and do video interviews and do videos of the dog's place. We had to do videos of us reading the stuff and highlighting it and sending your videos to prove that we read it. Oh, it was amazing. Worth the months of headache. Pickle's great. It is an English cream dachshund. Yeah, so we had to buy a doggy slide, but not just one, we had to buy 2. So, but the thing is, we went out to meet this lady, and like her dogs were just so mild, man. He was potty trained in less than a month. I mean, Pickle was, we got very lucky with this dog. He's so friendly. He's not aggressive. You know, the groomers are like, he's the easiest dog to groom. He didn't flinch. He didn't bite. He didn't bark. He just lays there and like lets you touch him. And so she's like, yeah, I spent a lot of time handling the dogs. They get used to like humans handling them and stuff. So why too? Because this lady's crazy. Dog lady crazy, but crazy in a good way. And it's not an insult, but she's literally batshit crazy for dogs. You know, cat ladies are crazy for cats. She's crazy for dogs. But in all fairness, the craziness leads to results. So we were like, 2 slides. We're like, let's buy the 2 slides for the photo and then send it all back. That's kind of what our thoughts were. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where we were with the whole ordeal. Like, let's just get, you know, let's just buy everything and then take the photo and then, you know, send it back. And we don't want. Like, the weird thing was that you needed to buy 6 16-ounce cans of goat's milk. For whatever reason, the goat's milk was part of it. Not milk, not any goat's milk. And for whatever reason, it's part of the diet plan. We had to buy all this kind of treat, this kind of treat, but this kind of treat, but not this one, but it has to be this one, but not this one. And it was like, you'd have a list of stuff and then through the packet and then information like dogs like this, you know, these are this kind of mood, this kind of behavioral things, do this, this, and this every day, this, and this every week. And they flip to another page and it's like, oh, and I forgot, buy these things too. And it just felt like somebody that was just like free forming this entire packet of documents would like give you a list of shit. And then later it's like, oh, I forgot, buy this stuff too. And some of the lists overlapped. So it was kind of like just somebody just blah, blah, blahing about dogs. And the funny thing is we got on the phone with this lady, we would laugh. We're like, oh, she's calling again. We'd put the phone on speaker and we'd go about our day. And she would just like talk for hours to nobody. Occasionally we go, oh, yeah, and we're like cooking dinner. Okay. And she'd be like, oh my God, and the dogs do this. And this is the greatest thing about dachshunds. I know you guys never owned a dachshund before. Let me tell you about dachshunds. It's so great. They do this and this one thing. And, oh, they're so cute. Oh my God, I got to send you guys pictures. And the dachshunds are like really great. And then you have to be very careful when you handle them because, you know, they're very temperamental dogs. And I got to tell you, oh, I got a story about temperamental dogs. So like 50 years ago, my great grandmother had a dachshund. And we're just like, oh, that's okay. Okay. And she's just a lot like this. And I'm going to tell you, batshit crazy, but it was worth it. Yeah, just get a rescue. I mean, I've had rescues the entire time. I have had rescues almost my entire life. And iDoc will tell you, worth the hassle. We meme it because it's funny for content. But I'll tell you, I've never met somebody that loves dogs as much and a breeder who actually produces quality family members who come home with you. Like no trauma, no craziness. The dog loves people, loves being handled, loves being touched, loves being pet. No growling, no nothing. So the craziness may be paid out, but I don't know. We still haven't used the slide. Admittedly, we bought the stuff for the photo and then sent it back. Well, except Bear Zone, Bear zone to be resistance for something like EVXY? Yes. Bear zone top, though. Just the top. Family had to go through the same thing for a hypoallergenic super breed cutesy mix. Oh, God. They're the worst. Yeah, like cockapoo, maltipoo, labradoodle, like, you know, all that stuff. You gotta be careful buying anything oodle. Cockadoodle, smackadoodle, I don't know, different names of these things. Cockapoo, maltipoo. Because the poodle is a very smart dog, but the shit they breed the poodle with to get the other half, the oompadoodle, whatever it is, usually is dumb as shit. And like, in my point in time, a long time ago, owned 2 maltipoos, and as a dice roll, that if your dog is gonna sit there, one of the dogs like watches TV like, oh, and you change the channel, they look at you like, why'd you change the channel? The other dog is like, and like, it's just like, okay. So you're dice rolling with it with the oodle doodle dog, snickerdoodle, pussy doodle, whatever the fuck this shit's got. Like literally half of the time you're dice rolling and you're gonna get a dog that's got like acting like it's got a full frontal lobotomy, like drooling at the mouth. This like, no offense if you like Maltese, they're dumb dogs, seriously. So you would just lay there and like, it doesn't matter what's going on, would just look at you like complete lap dog with like, not with like 2 brain cells, but the other one's like intensely watching. The other one's like one of the backflip dogs in America's Got Talent. So, you know, you want a smart, fun dog that's awesome as a poodle. Poodles are great. Super smart, super friendly, whatever. But dachshunds are actually ours is very smart. He's a very smart dog. I mean, like corgi smart. You guys ever a corgi? Corgis are like super smart, super playful. You know, Aussies, super smart. I used to have an Aussie. A Bernedoodle? What the hell is a Bernedoodle, man? Dan has a Shih Tzu miniature poodle. It's top G. They're like, it's like cuteness doesn't usually come with smartness. It's a dice roll on how smart your dog's going to be. The cuter they are. The first is a golden doodle. So did you guys roll the dice? Did y'all get the smarter brain, like the smarter genes of the combination? Well, but golden doodles are both good mannered, intelligent-ish dogs. So I think golden doodles come out pretty standard. Lots of inbreeding in the doodles. Yeah. Tongue hanging six inches like dog pull from the Deadpool movies. You love your golden doodle though. Friendliest dog ever. Great with kids. Yeah, super friendly. Super friendly. English bulldogs. I love English bulldogs. Frenchies also awesome. You just joined today, Prashant. Hey, Prashant, I sent you an email, or I sent you a message this morning. Launch your platform from the website, from the Rock Secure dashboard, and then also go to the Discord, and Slacks will walk you through any of the stuff you need help with. Our mods. Go to the Ask for Help channel in Discord. Bernice, mountain dog and poodle. Very nice. You're out. Super easy sniper trade. Yeah, nothing. I'm not doing anything from here. I'm just chilling. A Schnauzer. Oh, Schnauzers are cool. The first of your dogs is smart and opinionated. The other one's acting like you have to bottle of spray air. Yeah, like looks like a zombie. You know, Rhodesian Ridgeback. Oh, nice. Heck yeah. Well, this is our first dog, so we're excited. Ridgebacks are just cool looking, man. They're just like, they're sturdy looking dogs. They look strong and they look sturdy. Kind of like that Rottweiler look to it. All right, so while we're chilling, the DD ratio has now deteriorated further, and we are looking for a possible sell-off today. Like I said, there is no, you guys know the rule, no shorting outside of DD bands, right? You guys know that rule, and there's a reason for that. When the market breaks the bull side, we avoid shorting in here. Even though there's a 96% chance that it tucks back in below the upper band, we still don't take that short usually in our education. It highlights why. Because when the market breaks bullish, the market typically wants to stay bullish. I don't ever try to reverse a bull market like the market's going to fall down. You guys, as a nice little trick, let me tell my guy this really quick. This is a good clip I'm about to make. Treat the stock market so even though the probability is really high that we do pull back down in here, I wait for the confirmation that it's below this band to even trade on to begin with. We don't short bull markets. As I say, we break out to the upside. I don't short for the most part because 70% of months are bullish, and under any condition, 50% of days are going to be green. And so under ideal rocket scooter greater market conditions, 70% ish days are green as well. So for the most part, I don't fight a green day ever. And green days don't like to sell off and have wicks. They usually like to stay green. So if the market is breaking green, I just, as a principle of the matter, don't try to short against it. I'm going to wait for the confirmation of the breakdown to take the big short. If the market's crashing, it'll give me plenty of time to get in on it. Now on the downside move, I will always long back in because of these probabilities. Red days usually wick up, and only 8% of days will close below this line. I do take the reversal case on the short side. So the neat thing is that on an upside break, I'll chase along. On a downside break, I'll buy on a strong pivot. When markets are irrational in DD bands, I'm not shorting, period. It's kind of the whole point of the rules. And so sitting out right now, waiting for the fall is the best way to go. Now, the thing about why I don't short a bull market is because most people, I guess you guys do this too, and people always tell me I'm the guy when I teach them stuff. They end up coming out of my boot camp saying, Matt, I used to short so much, and now I don't short that much at all. Even when markets are selling off, I'm usually sitting out a lot of the time with my money intact, waiting to hit it long. And so I will take a short when it appears and gives me that setup. And today, with this ratio less than half, any drop through here is a short setup for a big drop. But I need the confirmation. It's very important. Right now, the market is trying to break bullish and trying to become bullish. When it's trying to become bullish, I don't bet that it's falling. If you treat the stock market like it's a bowling ball that people are like lifting up, and the minute you let go, it falls, you're absolutely on the wrong side of the page of understanding how the market works. The market is not a bowling ball with any weight whatsoever that will fall when you stop pushing it. The market is a helium balloon that you're trying to push underwater, that when you let go, it bounces back up, and then the wind catches it, and then it floats away in the air. I always love showing people this particular chart because this tells you all you need to know about how the market moves on inflation. See, over time, the stock market just moves up over time because of inflation. Your recessions aren't ever going to bring the stock market down to zero. Your recessions are going to bring your market down 1% of the last run's gain. If you put this on a log chart, you will see the same thing. But the market is just exponentially curving forever and ever and ever and ever because inflation compounds in such a manner. Your stock market will inflate due to inflation, even without any activity to imbalance the supply and demand. Your crashes are like falling to 1,600, and now this crash fell to 2,000, and this crash could probably fall to 4,000 or 5,000. These numbers are relative and don't mean anything. Zero is not what a crash tends to do. It's a percent loss of the capital, like the probability of people going to margin calls and squeezing out. It's never 100%. It's always a percent. So if 90% squeeze out at 100, you're down to 10. If 90% squeeze out at 1,000, you're down to 100. So the point that the market always inflates because of inflation. I mean, anything that has tangible value that's tied to the spending of people and the cost of goods and services is tied to inflation. Company sold 1 million cups of coffee for $1 a piece. They made $1 million. If inflation turns around next year, they raise it to $1.02, then they made $1,020,000. They made 2% more profit, quote unquote, with the same amount of sales. So on paper, it looks better with the same amount of activity. So when everything's the same, it always looks better because of inflation. So that price is likely to price into the stock. Inflation prices in the stock market. So because of that, you have to see the stock market as a naturally buoyant force that just tries to float up. It takes an immense amount of counter pressure to push it down. Markets don't ever fall. They get pushed down. So when your mindset changes, you flip into this mode of, oh my God, I never saw it this way. Market's going to fall today. Markets don't fall. Markets float up. You pop a helium balloon, it floats down. The market is not a heavy thing that wants to crash. The market is a buoyant thing that wants to fly. And also they rotate out the unsuccessful companies and the new ones in. Yeah, they always do. And then everybody's making more money every year. Everybody's spending more money, quote unquote, every year, but really spending the same amount of labor. Everyone works the same 40-hour work week, and the same 40-hour work week buys your mortgage, buys your car, buys your groceries, whatever. So with the same conversion of labor to goods and services, you're spending more money on paper because that money is a higher dollar value per hour that you worked. So because of the inflation, the stock market is doomed to always inflate just to match inflation. Stock market will gain likely 2% a year just to inflation. It is a force to push it lower. It's not a force for it to fall lower. Markets don't have any weight to them at all. They are weightless, if not buoyant in the fluid that they're floating in. It's that the analogy made me think, oh my God, this is crazy. So I don't ever try to fight inflation. With it being said, the market got pushed lower the last month, but I'm not saying the market is going to crash because it's falling. It's getting pushed lower. And what pushes it is somebody above you sells and that comes to you. And then you're forced to sell, and then it forces someone else to sell, forces someone else to sell. You're pushing each other down. And the minute you stop pushing, the market doesn't stay at zero. The minute the crash is over, the stock market as a whole doesn't stay at zero. The minute it's done being pushed, the stock market starts to recover. That's your proof that it's a buoyant force of a thing. You ever see the stock market fall to zero and sit at zero? You don't. Anytime the market crashes, it's already starting to float back up. It is a common thing. The market doesn't stay at zero for long. Once the pressure is done pushing it down, there's always willing buyers. As long as there's one employee working a job with a 401k, you always have a willing buyer somewhere in the stock market. The minute it's done crashing, it starts to slowly float back up. Crashes are short, and it starts to flow back, usually with shorts covering. This curvature implies short squeezing. So again, crashes are temporary, longs are forever. God, it sounds like a Diamond commercial. Every kiss begins with K. So I like to think of the market selling off as the market's being pushed lower, and the minute you stop pushing that balloon, it floats back up right to the surface. Bloop. And then it floats there on the surface, and then the wind picks it up, and then it continues to inflate. And yeah, it's a good analogy, I think. And so people look at this and they say, you know what? I've seen some ridiculous charts where people are like, you know what? This is going to be this right here. We're going to fall right down to, zero, or fall back to 100 or 2,000 or 3,000. 1929's market crash, like the craziest one we've ever had. S&P goes from 32 to 4. Imagine losing 90% of its value. Well, 88, it's what, 1/12. So 88% of its value, of course, at 3 years. So even if we were to lose 90%, even if we were to use 90% of the S&P over a 3-year period, which would be like the Great Depression, right, or the 1929, 90% would be S&P 600. We'd fall like all the way to there. We'd have to have the biggest loss and disaster in financial history to get there. But even in the days of 2008, which was the biggest loss of total asset value, not just the biggest market crash, but this is the biggest loss in total asset value we've had in the history of the country because the housing market crashed. Everything died. And the market really only fell from, what was about 1,600 down to the bottom. Fun fact, if you were around at this time, the market bottomed out at 666, which is kind of scary and Illuminati-ish, but that's kind of cool to note. As if you notice this, it not only fell to 666, but it actually fell to 666.66. It is the craziest, weirdest Illuminati confirmed. Look at the right of my chart. I remember seeing this and just kind of being like, whoa. So, long story short, even if you lose half of the value, right? This lost about 70% of the value. So, 2,000 to 600 is 14 times 5, 70,000. 70%. 70% of its value here. Even if we lost 70% of the value, we still have about 2,000 S&P from a 6,000 range. So the idea that people are just looking at this and saying, dude, it's like, look how much it's rallied. No, it's not rally. Some of it is rally. Rally are the moves in the middle of the inflation, sure. But the majority of this is inflation. Hopefully, guys, you can understand that this lesson is about that. Because the market inflates so much, the biggest market crash in financial history, you can't even see on a current chart that we've inflated so much. Exponentially. I think I can turn this to a log chart, kind of remove the exponential. Can I change the axis on this? Can we do log? Can I do log? Ah, there we go. Hey, yo. All right. So this is the actual rallying of the market, guys, minus inflation on a log chart. Now you can see the actual rallying, right? So when you remove inflation, it's like the market's going up in a straight line. And it gets pushed down, then pops back up. So on a log chart, you can see the couple of crashes we've had along the way. So a logarithmic chart makes the scale logarithmic, which takes the exponential part of the curve and applies a logarithmic transform that makes it linear. So in this particular thing, we're looking at a logarithmic scale. Now you can see a little bit better, right? Now you can see the 1929 crash. And on a logarithmic scale, you can see why this is the biggest crash in history, bigger than those two. Isn't that cool? So on a linear scale or a logarithmic scale, you can actually see it's no longer a straight line. So that's pretty cool, right? It's a little math lesson for you guys, but the market just inflates. And again, you know, any kind of crash or whatever, you know, would be appropriately so. That's probably a decent crash. The worst case scenario, a crash like this, would be roughly about 2,000 S&P on this log scale. I'm looking off to the right. And maybe 2,000 to 3,000. So any big, like 2001, 2008 kind of recession, like big selling off the topples out, we're talking about 2,000, 3,000, give or take on a scale like this. If history serves us right, you see the magnitude of these crashes are pretty much these like U-shaped moves, and this U-shaped move on COVID, you know, roughly about there as well. So we'll see. Nice explanation. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Guys that know, the thick glasses didn't give it away. I'm sort of a math guy. It's a rule of thumb. You have thick glasses. You either are a really good-looking Gucci model or you are a math nerd and nowhere in between. So, for my glasses folks, hands up, holla. You know the drill. Some of you are stunning-looking human beings. Others of you are, you know, Urkel and Screech. It's okay. Being Urkel is great. Or both. Or Matt's like, or both. So. You're an ugly human being, but at least you win free classes all the time. Victor, it's okay. I mean, it's okay if you win. Like, if I won all the time like you did, I don't care what I look like. Okay, guys, DD ratio is still greater than half. That's the problem. And so another thing is the short setup from here requires in our greater market setups that the DD ratio is less than half. It was a very confusing day today. So off of this band, I don't short if the ratio is greater than half. This market is fighting to become bullish, you guys. It's fighting for it. Even if it crashes, just chalk it up to being random today. If today's market decides to push lower, I don't care. I'm not going to chase it without good evidence that it's time to fall. Now, we have a couple of things that might give us a little evidence of this. This resilience number is negative across the board, this white line. Weekly hedge pressure resilience also negative. So one of them is pushing here. The other one is pushing here. Another one is, yeah. So 96% of days close below here. 90% of days close below there. Okay. But When DD ratio is greater than half, I long from here to there every single time. God, what a conflict. I'm like, should I push it? Every single time means every single time. But no, because, oh, it's right on the edge. Like, everything is so on the edge here. So now I'm not going to do it. I mean, I could. Like, every single time. Like, should I scalp for... That's a 20-point rip, 2-to-1 trade, 80-point rip on NASDAQ from here. Do I? For funsies? Just one account only, and if I lose the $500 or whatever, I'll lose the $500. 80 point on NASDAQ, so from 542 right about 600 and something. This will be like right here on the retracement. I'm fighting, dude. I'm fighting 96 to 90% right here. EST. 90%. This is the problem. 90%. Under ideal conditions. Yes for this, not for this. So minus 90%, roughly 60% when we lose resilience. Any non-ideal, I would just say about 60% could fill the gap. So there's going to be likely some pressure here. But man, there is a pressure to push this lower and a pressure to top this higher really quick. Just for funsies, I'll risk it in one account only. We'll see. This market wants to fill that gap pretty quick, though. I'm only looking for a retrace on this, about 80 points up on NASDAQ with about a 40-point stop. So I'll risk $800 on the loss side to make $1,600 on the upside, just in one. And again, don't do what I'm doing, guys. I don't have any faith in the trade. I'm going to write on the word confidence in this trade. 5%. Okay, I don't have any confidence. So we'll see. 5%. No confidence. And it's volatile and it's crazy. DD ratio greater than half. We don't short off of this band, so I'm just kind of like, let me risk it in one. Just one account. Just one account. That's it. Trump is still bringing the pain. Yeah. Let's see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm right. I know it's a tough one, but the bounce could be there before it falls. I think the bounce will be there before it falls. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not going to play the monkey paw song. I think that's a waste of the monkey paw. It's a tiny trade. I don't need a big reversal in the market. You see how there's a fight where I am right here? The market is trying to fight at this level, and it's going to fight pretty good. It's probably, my confidence is 5%. We got 60% ripping it up, 90% ripping it down, 96% ripping it down. DD ratio greater than half, resilience negative. Every indicator is doing this. It's like zero confidence that I've got a direction here. I'm flipping a coin, betting on the bull side because DD ratio has been improving, and I'm longing at bear zone top like I do. How often, guys, do I long at bear zone top? How often? How often? How often? Once or twice, every once in a while, on occasion. Yeah, every single time. Every single time, under any condition, it's worth taking a setup. You can see how it's trying to fight here. It doesn't mean it will win. There's a lot of pressure pulling it down, but even so, I trade every single time. And because my confidence is absolute dog shit, I'm just trading with one E-mini, and that's it. My risk on this one is about $800 of loss if I break my stop and keep going. It's about $1,600 if I'm right to retrace up to bull zone. Bear zone, bull zone is a really solid trade. So like I said, my confidence is very low. Very low. My recommendation, if I were a financial advisor, is don't do anything right now. But I'm going to play the stats. I can't give you guys investment advice. But the best advice I can give you guys is, health advice. It's good for your health to do nothing in the stock market from here. Very good for your health. I can guarantee that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a rocket surgeon. I'm not whatever. But I can tell you, I'm a practicing yogi with a soul that's on fire, that loves life and loves keeping my hair and loves not having wrinkles. And I'll tell you, touching the stock market from here will gray your hair, give you wrinkles, and these things are just, you just don't want to. Don't be a hero today. Howdy, is that true? What's up, David? You know, David knows it. Sometimes you just gotta let it be. As that famous band once sung. Rocket Surgeon, yeah, yeah, yeah. $57 DD, not a bad push. If I can get bear zone, bull zone, not a bad setup. Not a bad setup. Only with one account, guys. I'm not touching with anything else. I'm just tapping it with one, just to take, just to break. We'll see what we get. Rocket Surgeon, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's absolutely good for your health to not guess when you have a immovable force smashing into, wait, hold on. An unstoppable force, immovable object, 96% yanking down, 90%, 67, like it's, everything's yanking one way or the other. So the idea from here is to do little. But I like to trade the EST trades because EST means EST. On occasion, you will get what we call ideal setups where they're 90% probable because everything lines up. Today, nothing lines up. So the probability is merely slightly better than a coin flip, but I take it every single time because the rule is we have a whole class called every single time trades. We actually did that one yesterday. Let me show you the cheat sheet. And again, my confidence is low, but I still take it every single time. Therefore, my position size is small. Do I have confidence this market's going to rally? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I got to play the stats, or I got to play the odds. The odds are part of the game. And if you have good odds, play them. I'm only doing it in one of the 5 accounts. So I could still be green for the day if I'm wrong. And I'm going to be wrong small if I'm wrong. So... where is that darn cheat sheet here? I'm not even watching my trade. How am I doing? Am I making money yet? EST, here they are. Every single time, every single time. Bear zone top, bull zone bottom. MHP bounce every single time. Bull zone bottom, bear zone top every single time. This is what I like to call my I find liquidity and I long it. That's like my saying in the rocket scooter community. I tell you guys, what do I like to do? I like to find liquidity and I long it. Liquid markets don't crash, so I take a chance every time the market is liquid to apply a long trade. As you see, it's a great... oh, there is a green can. Doesn't mean I'm right, but do you see how the market is trying to fight here to move? It's trying to move higher because this is liquid. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but at least I'm wrong at the right spot. And if I lose the liquid fight, then I lose the liquid fight. But I must take a gamble that liquid markets don't crash because we prove that to you in the courses that we teach, right? And because my confidence is low as we teach you guys, position size is just low. What's up? Do it, you DJin. Got you, Chris. Chris telling me don't be a pussy. All right, I got it. I got it. And again, 800 if I'm wrong. So 800 to 1,000 if I'm wrong. I'm still up, you know, big for the day, whatever. But I'm in. Simon Dean, let's go. Subpar setups, you're good at it. A bit like picking up chicks at a crack house, though. Yeah, you might need a penicillin shot after this one. Ooh. I don't know where she's been. I'm gonna be honest. I seen her at a bunch of parties. DD ratio is solid. The NASCRAC, it is the NASCRAC. Just like I said, I'm looking for a certain stop on this one that's going to be 40 points lower. So my stop is actually, let me just kind of draw where it's going to be. Right about 490 is that kind of level right there. So my goal is to not blow up today, but my goal is also to find liquidity and long it if I can find it. It's getting some unusual selling pressure now. Resilience is slightly improving as some of the stocks are filling their gaps and holding. Again, really strong pivots all the time here. My confidence is low because but you can see that the market is trying to find liquidity here. That's the appropriate place to take a bet on. And I always do that. I always take the right set. My confidence is practically, I say 5%. It's closer to 0. I have 0 confidence in this trade. Practically 0. But again, I long at liquidity pockets like every single time. And you might witness magic here in just a second. I could be wrong, but I find liquidity and I long it. And that is the rule of trading. It's the smart thing to do. Market's a helium balloon. Yeah. Market floats up. Yeah. Market inflates. Yeah. Liquid markets don't crash. Yeah. That's the rule. I find liquidity and I long it. We're long into the retrace. Roughly 580 is the level. 600. No, 600. 600 is the level. I'm doing the math in my head. 80 points from here. Right about 600. That's the target. What's that, guys? What's that? Take it, you degen, as somebody said. I find liquidity and I long it. Liquidity pockets are bay. Nice to see us tapping liquidity pocket. Res is less than 0, though, so there's a gap fill presence here. The S&P or QQQ, mind you, is trying to fill its gap. That is the bigger problem. QQQ wants this gap fill really bad. I'm talking 120 points a drop. So, yeah. And then we have the blue res, which we're going to call weekly res. Okay, we have monthly res and weekly res. Weekly res, blue, less than 0. Our newest indicator that our guys are testing out. This also points down as well, which is really neat about our community because the community is like a big peer-reviewed science circle. As what I love about this community is that we come up with a new indicator and then our members together band together to come test and do stuff. So example, hedge pressure, blue, got HP blue, but weekly res, back test. A crew of our own members come through here and do the back test and then create the results that everybody shares. All these 90% and 60% we talk about. Members in this community volunteer and do the back test to share the numbers with each other. That way it's a peer-reviewed thing. That way you know some snake oil salesman isn't pulling the wool over your eyes with some magic fairy dust numbers they just made up. It's a crew of people that come through and tell everybody, this indicator works 0% of the time. It works 20% of the time. It works 90% of the time. And long in the fucking market, works more often than it doesn't. A liquidity pocket. What's that? The sound of people subbing to Rocket Scooter. Wait, what? Huh? Wait, what? Huh? Wait, what? Huh? Hit that DD band, though. I don't know if I want to keep this trade. Do I want to keep this trade? What's that sound? I find liquidity and I long it. Again, I could be dead wrong on this and it can squeeze me out and I die, which is totally okay. You sub to the free class? Again, I can die off of this. Market can die out, but the market is trying to rally here. I can identify every time it tries to rally. I got to take a stab at it every time. Let's see if we get it. You see how the market doesn't want to fall? It's being pushed lower. It's just trying to float up and it's being pushed lower. But the liquidity pocket right here is strong enough to keep it going. And I always long the liquidity pockets. Always. Every single time. And again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But statistically in a bull market, you guys will watch me. When I did my first Tradeify payout, I went on like a 20 whatever day streak. It was amazing. What's that you say? I want to learn how to do this liquidity pocket thing myself. I wait all morning to grab along, Let's go to 600 EST every single time. Retrace that move halfway up. I don't really have a good target other than about 600 on the bump. But at least the 50% bump retrace on this one is pretty good. I think we go to full 600. But I'm kind of comfortable with the 1-to-1. I know I just goofing around to prove liquidity pockets to you just to kind of give you guys something awesome to think about. I'll close it at the halfway point. But yeah, like I should take it all the way to 600. My confidence is just 5%. So when it's 5%, I'm going to just take what I can get. You know what I'm saying? I turned that into a 1-to-1 trade instead of a 2-to-1 trade. I got my 40-point rip and I closed out. Any questions so far? We have a huge turnout today, by the way. Thank you guys for tuning in and staying here every day. Who's first time here? Rocket Scooter. First day on the stream. First day. Awesome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Gabriel. No, it's not. I think you've been here before. Lewis, CRG, what's up? What's up? First week. Tess, what's up? Excellent, excellent. Treecast, Simon. Simon, why are you not a mod yet? Do you want to be moderator? I feel like your moderation would be hilarious on the stream. Your third day. Dreamland. Welcome, welcome. Give you mod or free class. Victor, if you don't win a free class by the end of the month, I will honorarily modify you to be moderate. You can be the main jester. That's a good idea. At least you'll win. One of the best things that you can actually do is, hold on. One of the best things that you can do as a moderator is to execute your frustration from the market onto poor, unsuspecting, degenerate traders. Humans you don't know can be the source and the target of all the wrath that you feel in the day as you can swing the banhammer and rule this channel with an iron fist and take no prisoners. As I say, the mods are paid exactly $0, but it's still not taking money from you. So getting paid 0 is like making a trade of 0. It's still considered a win. So if you have problems in life and you want to vent on unsuspecting strangers, congratulations, you have the ability to now harm people for your own entertainment. Welcome to the moderator community. Simon Dean, congrats. Okay, so Zoe, yeah, you did. Did you contact Slacks in our Discord? Remember, I want you to rule with an iron fist and take no prisoners. Go here, Zoe. And then message a guy named Slacks. He's one of the head honchos over there at the Discord. I'll hook you up. Second day here. Also started the bootcamp yesterday. Welcome to the DJing Club. Patrick, awesome. Okay. So like I said, today I just took that, like my confidence in this trade is low, but I always find liquidity and I long it. Does everybody see right here that the market was trying to move? And once I retraced to that impact red line that we started off with a second ago, right, as soon as I hit the IRL, I closed out. Remember, in this kind of environment, I'm going to take what I can get. This is a 1-to-1 trade in one account. Boy, I haven't updated this in a while. What's wrong with me? I'm 2 trades old on this guy. I only did that in one account, by the way, but this is, I didn't update the photo like two trades ago is when I updated it last. So total for the day ain't bad. In my 5 straight to funded Tradeify accounts, 28, 38, 46, 5,000 bucks. Not a bad haul for the day. I think I'm done. Short target 55.66. I think so. I mean, you do have a gap fill potential. Res is less than 0. This could fill the gap pretty decently today. You're talking on QQQ from here, roughly 100 more points from here. So roughly a 396-ish lower target. What's your low target? About 396. On S&P, I don't know what that translates to. Are we in a bull bear market or pullback correction? Technically, the market today has finally turned bullish today. For the most part, we were in a bear market for the entirety of the month. We had our greater bear market signals were all bearish. Today, we have 3 indicators that tell us if we're in a bull or bear market. Yesterday and today's move total kicked us into a bull market briefly. The rules is SPY less than MHP, monthly hedging on monthly gamma exposure. If you're below that, negative gamma is bearish, number 1. Monthly maps, number 2. If your bull zone is liquidating and you're trading in a bear zone, as you see right here, bull side is liquidating as it's going higher, and we're trading in a bear zone, monthly maps are also bearish. Just a 3-month projections. The Rocket Scooter can actually project 3 months into advance the state of the bull market and the bear market. We are bearish and getting worse all the way through the end of April. We want to see these like dark gray boxes sloping down and the light gray sloping down to support a bull market. We're not. There is just liquidation planned through April. We've got a whole quarter of this, you guys. So like trying to bottom fish today, not the best sign. But for some reason, the DD ratio itself has briefly pushed bullish, which means the stocks themselves as a majority of market cap is actually trading in what's called a bull zone. So you have bull zones and bear zones. So a lot of the stocks that gapped up today gapped into bull zones while they're fighting to hold it. The market is kind of seesaw balanced right at the midpoint. So it's one of those days where it's like right there. This market as well. Yeah, I agree. I'm okay with today's haul. Not a bad trade. I scalped no more than 1 E-mini across the board. Small trades only. I find liquidity and I try to long it. In crazy markets, so I have low confidence. I try to take what I can get. Like 1-to-1 trades usually are appropriate. This one was a 2-to-1 rip that could have gone to 600, but instead I decided to take the halfway point and get there and get out. So SPY has already filled its gap on negative res, and res is deteriorating. QQQ also. Now remember what I told you guys this morning. It's very possible, and I mean very possible, that this day does this. And I'm going to tell you guys, I've traded long enough to realize that this day could do, wait, hold on. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. I've done this. Oh, sorry. The volume profiles there from a lesson. I've done this long enough to let you guys know that I have seen these CPI days in a bear market do this, and do this. Okay. I've seen it all in one day. Okay. I feel down here at the bottom, I'd love to bottom fish and grab some kind of market thing to rally because the stocks themselves are slightly holding this bullish desire of the market to finally find some sense of bullishness today relative to yesterday. Anytime it's on the edge, I like to err to the side of the bull market. Even if I lose the trade a lot, I'm still going to ultimately win over time. So let me see where some long pivots can be if I can find them. Nasdaq doesn't have any below hedge pressure. That sucks. We got nothing. So next resistance is it. We have an impact red line over here at 354. Okay. It's not a strong enough pivot for me, though. SPY got any clues? Baby. We do have an EST trade on SPY, so roughly about 50 points lower. Another liquidity pocket where I can find liquidity and... What's that? Oh, good. Broke the profile button. No, what happened? Can numbers change depending on the news and institution repositioning? Joe, the answer is yes, but the problem is they only change once per day. The way that liquidity maps actually work. So S&P today, DD ratio greater than half. I do long here EST as well. So we are supporting roughly a 53,534 bounce today, and I might actually take it. I'm going to stage my positions in around here. I'm going to long here, and then here, and then here, and here, and long around and build a position just to bounce out. That ratio stays greater than half. This is another EST trade every single time here. So what happens is every morning, the stock market opens. I'm going to draw a clock. Okay, 9:30. And the clock goes this way until here. Okay. And at 4:15, the options market closes. Somewhere overnight, we get a data dump of the OI from Opera, which is the open interest of all the options that exist. It's reported at the end of the day by the firms. Reported here, right at close. And we get the data at the end of the day. Everybody gets the data once a day. Universally, everybody in Wall Street gets the data once a day. We buy the biggest data feed you can for options in Wall Street. We got the premium stuff that the hedge funds get. So nobody gets the open interest except for once a day. You might notice in your platform, the OI updates once a day as well. The hedge pressure and zones correlation require us to know all the trades that have taken place, plus the OI, plus the Greeks, plus the price of the options, plus other factors, proprietary stuff that go with it. All of those other factors, including the Greeks and price, come out at 9:30 in the morning. And at 9:30, once, as you noted, as people start trading these options, the amount of which we know the open interest deteriorates over time. Like we know 100% what the open interest is, and right, once options start trading, then it's immediately fuzzy. We don't know anymore. So the only point in time where we 100% know everything about the market is at the moment that the market opens. The open interest is 100% known up until the market opens, and then after the market opens, OI is nobody knows. But right when the market opens, we know 100% of all the other things we need to know. And I know 100% for the rest of the day until it closes, 100%. And then overnight, there's no prices, no Greeks, and et cetera, so that goes to 0. So the overlap of the inner circle is 100, then who knows, and then it's 100, and then who knows, and then this is like 100, and then 0, and then 100 and 0. So right here, it's 100% of everything. So the beautiful part about liquidity maps is we can calculate it once a day. And the question is, what happens when people change their positions as time goes by? Great question. The numbers do change as time goes by, but nobody will ever know what they are. No institution knows what they are because you can't ever know the real-time options landscape. If we did, that would be a double cheat code in the market. We already have one cheat code, and we'd have the cheat code of cheat codes. Real-time open interest is a holy grail of trading data. It alone would create an unbeatable trading algorithm with doing something what we do. If I had updating hedge pressures and liquidity pockets in real time, I would never lose a trade. Imagine 90% probability of something that's static from 9:30 in the morning. The reason it holds all day is because that's all the data anyone knows. It's the best anyone can do, and everything else is a guess from here. But imagine if I knew where that liquidity pocket was in real time based on the changing of positions. Then we would be 100%. We wouldn't lose a day. Rarely would we lose a day. That would be a gold mine of information. So I don't know if we're ever going to get that. Now, let's say never lose a day is probably, of course, some overstatement. But, I mean, imagine knowing where liquidity pockets are after positions have shifted and after news events and whatever. Major news events happen. What happens to a major news event? And all of a sudden, monthly hedge pressure is actually here. The reason it's actionable all day, it's because everybody's hedged against the known data. Nobody knows anything better. And so everybody has the same amount of data. Everybody's playing the same game. We've noticed that these pivots hold all day long. So those probabilities, they hold all day, which is great. Despite the changing dynamic of the market, nobody knows what it is. Everyone's in the dark equally, so nobody can act upon the changing information. If you could, the market would be extremely efficient, and that'd be freaking awesome. Jay, seen updates in dealer positioning during the day before on data you've been using. Not sure if it's similar levels. I don't know. Now, with the blast off move like this, we've got two really strong setups here. 40 points lower, which is about 55.10, is a bear zone top. Now, conservatively, here to here isn't every single time trade. This is roughly a 2.5 to 1 setup. With the 10-point stop. And here is interesting because if I were to pivot off of this, I really have nothing to go by. And we can do this in S&P today. We're going to do the same thing we've been doing. You guys know the drill, IRLs. Let's wrap it here. And if this were to fall all the way to there, I'm trying to see where the middle would likely be. Now, that's kind of again, let's see if we got any evidence and cues of like where we can pivot to. Nothing. Oh, this is tough. The R&R is hard to pinpoint from here. I could just do what I call undefined trades. You want me to do an undefined trade where I don't have a reward for the risk I'm taking? I just set it and forget it at a certain risk and let it ride for big reversal day. So undefined trades are rare, but sometimes in bear markets you can take one, i.e., this is the bottom. I'm going to take one stab at it and it'll go and I'll hold till the end of the day, or I'll take my defined risk. Undefined R&R. Rare you should ever do that, but in markets sometimes you don't get a good return pivot. And if this is a day where we just completely collapse out and find a base and then rally up, whatever the case may be, then it'd be worth taking instead of just scalping. To look at Vanna and Charm, I do. It's not. It's these things are part. Like we use the entirety of Black Scholes and our own interpretation of Black Scholes also to create, all of the Vannas and Charms and Deltas and Gammas and all that stuff are all just partial differential equations from the main Black Scholes equation. And so you can compare any two variables in a PDE, in a differential equation, and then create PDEs out of. So you can create a Greek out of any two variables that you smash together. And so Vanna and Charm have to do with the rate of delta hedging based on different principles like volatility. And so it's the sensitivity of delta, right? So delta sensitivity is basically like the amount of delta hedging is the amount of volume you're going to see at a pivot. And so like, I'm trying to read your comment here. So Vanna, like, is going to be like the sensitivity to IV. The easiest way to remember it is V and V. And then Charm is time. So Vanna and Charm are kind of like, how sensitive is delta hedging? Or dealers going to have to buy back stuff to match the time dependency or the IV dependency of the delta. So delta will be a certain amount that price changes the option relative to the price of the underlying. And the delta itself will decay or not, or increase or whatever based on these Vanna and Charms. So it's delta decay, if you may, based on IV changes and based on time. And so it can force hedging or force volume flow, which is why they're important. We account for that volume flow in our own way because implied volatility and time are both parts of the rocket scooter equation. So while Vanna and Charm are independent PDs of Black Scholes, we use something similar in that aspect to account for time and to account for delta decay in multiple ways, not just time and IV. Time is a very important piece of the equation. The time factor is what creates a liquidity map to begin with. So to give you guys a little insight under the hood, a liquidity map takes all options and then balances them for today. What's the risk of the option that expires a month out today? And Vanna and Charm are huge components in their own particular way. The time and IV dependency of delta. Should you buy what? Prashant, what are you talking about? What do you buy? Should we buy? Should you buy Rocket Scooter? You should always buy Rocket Scooter. Okay, so here, EST trade, if DD ratio is greater than half, I can hit it hard. Less than half, I can hit it short, hit it small, or normal or medium. It's like less than half, so I can hit it with a small trade, and I also have potentially 25 points of overshoot to dip down in here. The best setup is from here to here in EST on the bounce and overshoot of DD lower would be great. But I'll take a stab at lower band. Like I said, I've seen these CPI days do this, and do that. It is not like this market's a crash out and turn red. I don't feel anything at all. The market is fighting to be bullish. This is the one day in this whole entire month or time we've been crashing, the market is fighting to be bullish, even here, fighting. Market stretch like a rubber band. It's gonna pop. Yeah, I think you're right, Danny. Let's go, boys. Loving it. Waiting out. Just chilling, just waiting. Y'all see that red going down? Yep. I'm still waiting for an easy day where Matt makes 5K an account. Yeah, as I told you guys, that was my ultimate goal, to make 5K per account. But in this market, it's a 5K risk is taking 5K loss. So I can't even aim for this. I can't really easily get 2 and 3 to 1 trades anymore. That's kind of the second part. Am I doing NQ or ES now? Today's going to be ES. Thanks for saying something, because I need to make sure I don't tap NQ. You have a while. You're being a loser after I close the stream. You have to start over. Wait, what? Wait. How are you being a loser? What were you doing? So part of what Rocket Scooter is about planning, finding liquidity and longing it, finding illiquidity and sitting out or shorting it, finding high volume pivots. A lot of our stuff is 60%, 70%, 80%, 90% setups, back tested. We have new tools coming out all the time. Most of our things are exploits. And the neat thing about it is all of our tools predict volume 100% of the time. It's an incredible thing that we've created here, and no one in retail has created anything even close. Oh, and somebody asked what my opinion is on Kim Carson. I don't know much about, I mean, I've been on a podcast with him before. He sounds like a smart guy. I don't know much about what he does though. So sound like a guy just like me. Like I mean, I've seen a picture of him. He looks nerdy as shit, just like I do. So we'll probably be best friends if we knew each other. We'd probably sit there and throw math equations at each other over a cup of coffee and just stare into each other's eyes like this. So I don't know. He seemed like a really smart dude. I love fucking meeting smart guys on Wall Street. Seriously, it's rare that you do. That's the thing. Wall Street's not a haven. At least publicly, it's not a haven for the smartest cats. Like the smartest people on Wall Street silently make hedge funds. You never hear from them. But most of the people in Wall Street are like, you know, drool-faced, mouth-breathing knuckleheads. You know, coked up dick bags, dude. Like people that you just talk to and you're like, how the hell are you the millionaire of this? So, but yeah, I was on podcast with him one time. With a bunch of, not with him, but on Twitter Space with a bunch of people. And I was on the panel. He was on the panel. He's talking. He was super, super smart cat. So. Do I got a link to Rocket Scooter? Or a link to the pod. The Twitter Spaces. Well, here's the Rocket Scooter, anyways. The Twitter Spaces were back in the day weren't recorded. They usually a lot of them not recorded and kept anywhere. Wait, who's leaving? Who's leaving? So back in the day, I was on a podcast on like weekly Wednesday podcast with The Street. The Street is a really big financial news company. It was started by Jim Cramer, and it was me, Stephen Guilfoyle, Sarge. You guys know Sarge? Jay Woods, Peter Tuchman. You guys know all these guys. You see them on TV all the time. Me, Ashton Noland, and AJ Singh, A Stocks or Architect, join us later on. As I discovered that guy on another podcast, and I told the guys at the street, I was like, you guys got to meet AJ. He's next level. If you guys know Architect. So my one cool thing that I did was, that's a guy I discovered and vouched for, and he's freaking huge now. I told everybody, I was like, this guy is so smart, because he's talking about Vanna and Charm and Gamma, and I'm just like, more people need to hear what you have to say, bro. And I told everybody, I was like, get this guy on, talk to him. He's really smart. And then AJ joined the crew, and me, AJ, and Ash, and it was like 3 young people, 3 older people, and occasionally they bring on a guest, and Kem was on that show with us one time. That's pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. Kem Carson? Okay. The smartest people don't trade, they just invest. Probably the smartest thing to do with your money is to do as little as possible when it comes to trading. You have a link to CQG account for rocket scooters. That paid or free. If you have a broker with a CQG login, it will work with our platform, with the exception of it being from Trade-of-8. If it's your Trade-of-8 CQG login for TradingView, I know I'm saying a mouthful. Again, your prop firm CQG accounts that work in TradingView are not compatible anywhere outside of TradingView native, unfortunately. So if you have a CQG account with a real broker, it will work with us. For every Jim Simons, there are 100 people that pretend to be as equal. Yeah, these are like my heroes in the stock market. Just like the people that solve a puzzle and they figure it out, and then they just quietly smirk when you ask them how they know what they do. And they're just like, they know something, which is fantastic. A Stocks told us, talking about, I told him the story, bro. Yeah. What's up, AJ? So I told AJ, I was like, it's very rare that we were talking about smart people, and I told everybody how I heard you on a podcast, and then I went around to everybody I knew. I was like, you got to hear this guy talk. Motherfucker's bigger than me now. What the hell? What the hell? I was so impressed. I told everybody that I knew. I was like, get this guy on your spaces. He knows everything. AJ's career just took off. I was like, you said Vanna. I was like, you said Vanna, bro. You said Charm. And I was like, I'm in love. So yeah, there's certain things in like this modern day that people need to learn about that affect the market. There's so much information out there that the modern trader doesn't have their hands on, because they're all stuck in like the old school way of doing stuff. Yeah. Yeah, my dude here has been growing his Twitter pretty good. Good content, man. We're talking about the old street days. That's what we're talking about. Remember the space we did on the street back in the day? Was that 2021-ish? 2022? Oh, the old days. Wait, like the golden age of Twitter Spaces. That's how a lot of people right after COVID really started getting a lot of traction, because after COVID, everybody was into day trading. Everybody was like Googling day traders. Everybody was a day trading guru at that point. And then Twitter started doing beta testing for its spaces. And we had some friends that were doing the beta test before anyone else could have spaces access. And we all got monopolized. We were like the first people to do spaces before anyone else can do it. When 90% of the FinTwit world doesn't know the word gamma. Hey, bro, when's the next time you're going to Dallas, by the way? You gotta let me know. AJ's like, somebody told me you were talking about me. He came over just to see if I was talking shit. That AJ guy, motherfucker. What a dick. That's what we were really saying. It's like when you find people, like when I find people that are smart, we were talking about how we always like to surround ourselves with smart people. And I was like telling the story. I was like, when I find people that I tend to think are very intelligent and analyzing data in like a sense that I can learn from, I'm always like, be my friend. And everybody else out there is like, this guy's a threat to my growth. Toxic, blah, blah, blah. You know, beef. And I'm just like, I've made it in life surrounding myself with people smarter than me. I mean, everybody that works at Rocket Scooter is smarter than me, whatever it is they do. It's like, that's the key to success in life. You be the least smart person in your circle in the room. Like, that's basically the way it goes. So you can't use your Tradeify account to log into CQG. Lewis Smith, you can't. Unfortunately, Tradeivate, okay, so the way that it works is Tradeivate is the person that created prop firm API that everyone uses. Every prop firm out there is Tradeivate. They literally, I could start a prop firm tomorrow with Tradeivate. They make it that easy. And so what you deal with these guys is Tradeivate now monopolize the industry. And when they merged with NinjaTrader, they closed down their CQG API that people like me could connect to. I could connect to CQG. But CQG had a legacy API, and the CQG created a new API to replace the old one. The old one was grandfathered into older providers like TradingView and a few others. And the new one, Tradeivate, severed the connection to any third-party platform that doesn't have a new CQG white label built with them, which is basically TradingView. So TradingView native, and even though we built off TradingView's framework, according to the executives at the NinjaTrader company, they don't want any third-party platform competing with them. And the only reason they didn't shut off TradingView was because it's a billion-dollar company and it brings them so much business. And like me and other providers have spent years trying to debate with them, like all the big influencers out there, to like, hey, can you open up your API to like Rocket Scooter and other platforms? Trazo Matt made a trading platform. He has the same argument. You know, we'd love to connect through Tradeivate in a heartbeat. But, you know, our tens of thousands of users aren't the equivalent of TradingView's billion-dollar company, so they don't care. They don't want to compete with third-party platforms, so they've ostracized everyone from connecting to them. So the point with that is saying is that the minute they open that door and they're like, guess what, third-party development, like that day, I'm mobilizing all the forces and log in with Tradeivate through Rocket Scooter would be immediately done, like as the first part you could ever do. Because I would love to trade my trader funding programs and my own platform. It'd be amazing. So unfortunately, the CQG account that you have with a trader funding program that works in TradingView only is for TradingView because it was grandfathered in. That's the legacy. That's the story of this. So kind of cool thing you hang out on the stream. I know all the history of like these, you know, being a CEO of a tech company in the space. I know all the CEOs and we all know all the stories of all of them. There's a cool history of the way stuff happened. But, you know, Tradeivate is trying to become the Apple of trading. So they're going to create their own ecosystem and shove everybody else out. You know, you got to buy their charger and their phone cases and their whatever. You know, more power to them. That's their choice. But boy, oh boy, if they open the door to me, oh man, I'd love to connect to that CQG. So our CQG connects to everything else, though, that connects to CQG, except for anything related to Tradeivate. So any brokerage account, Phillip, Dorman, Iron Beam, Edge Clear, AMP, even Robin's Cup, you can connect all that stuff to here. All the big futures brokers, you can connect to us, real brokerage accounts. With that legacy CQG API that you guys use to paper trade with for your sim accounts, it's not compatible with anything but TradingView. So that's kind of the sad part. Even wants to meet in Orlando, Florida, let you know. We'll be going to Orlando, like I think in September, October, November. IDOC, you here? When we go into Disney World? We're going to Orlando for something with their job, but we're gonna tag along with that. I'm going to tag along with her, and with that trip, I'm gonna turn it into a Disney go, because Universal's new park, doesn't it open this year? Universal has a third park that they're making, right? It opens this year. This is what I remember reading. We were talking about it. Super Mario World. It opens in May, right? Yep. Still being built. Is it next year or is it this year? It opens in May. I think it's May of this year, yeah. Take Pat with you. You guys stream it. I think if I told you guys next time we go to Florida, I'm gonna go get like a really I'm gonna get a tux or something like, and I'm gonna take a tux and a briefcase and then go up to the BDH and knock on the door just to surprise Pat, and then say, hey, I'm here for a job interview. I just want to do something stupid just to troll that guy. Be hilarious. Because he was like now hiring traders, and so the joke would be, hey, I'm here to I'll say like, I blew up all my Tradeify accounts, I need a job. Just show up as a repo man. Oh, that'd be kind of fun too. Yeah, like I'm kind of like trying to plan like a fun prank for BDH when I go to Miami. I'm going there for Ultra, so maybe you'll die in the heat. Oh yeah, it's good. Well, I live in Texas, so it's always like that. I could show up with a tow truck, like I'm here to repo the car. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Just backing into the parking lot. How do we troll the master troll? That's the one thing we got to figure out how to do. How do you troll the troll? Y'all come up with a funny idea. We'll do it. Turn up with rips. Oh, God. Like, why don't I just actually be funnier if I just showed up with a bunch of people? Like, we knock on the door. He opens it. It's like me, Tracer Matt, Rips. We get ICT. We get everybody. We just show up. That'd be hilarious. Hey, we're here for a job. We're here to apply for a job as a trader. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be funny. We all arrange a secret, or we show up with cake and party hats and pretend it's his birthday. Last I heard, he and ICT had a cordial chat recently. A friendly one. This is what I heard. What's this heat you speak of? You live in Canada? Oh, yeah. So, like, when you stare at the sidewalk and the air has like wavy lines in it, yeah, that's kind of what it gets like down here. Humid heat, crazy. Oh God, show up with Danny. No, that's too far. I'll never get invited back. I'll get chased out. That's one beef I don't think is ever gonna go away. So it looks like I didn't get that bounce that I wanted to get. I was waiting, but I mean, it pivoted slightly earlier. And again, we had bull zone bounce. And again, as you're falling, you're gonna find these kind of like liquidity attempts as we go. Because it's already done this, I'm not eager to buy at the bull zone. I'm gonna wait in case we get this and take it. Yeah. Why do I hear people talking on my computer? I got a video playing somewhere. Oh, it looks like it's like, oh, it was stock twits. Oh. Stock twits is like rolling some video or something, some video ad or something. Okay. Get us reset discounts, please. I wish I could. I don't know if I can. I'll try. All right, you guys, I'm going to tell you, the way that it's looking, I'm not feeling any more trades from here. It's really nothing. V-shaped in the close. Like I said, there's no, market's not pivoting anywhere good. I don't see anything I want to take. DD ratio is kind of fighting for half. I'd love to see the market flush out by the end of the day and grab that, but yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. I was waiting for the S&P though. That was kind of an interesting move right here. No shorting off of the band with the ratio greater than half. So there's really no plays that are setting up. Yeah, I've got nothing to look at today. Can I explain a stock with Rex? Yeah, give me a stock. Let me a ticker. I'll throw one for you. One more flush down and big jump to sitting and waiting. Dustin, I'm with you, dude. I feel like with this V-shaped move middle date, it's going to have to work its way lower down. So like a couple more hours of down, not just a flush, but it's going to work. It'll have to work its way lower. And I'm waiting for like an end of the day bounce now. Like once this little like kind of pocket right here kind of dispelled the idea that I want to long off of this, but we'll see. GME. All right. Adolfo said Nvidia. Okay, we'll do the one you wanted to do first. Okay, so with Nvidia, the way that you look at it is that you use the liquidity map straight up, and it kind of shows you where the pivot's going to be. It's going to show you that there's a high volume node here and a high volume node here. And bull zone bottom and bear zone top are always high volume nodes, and so is open and close. So in this being said, you have Nvidia has nothing here. So there's no trade setup. As you see, Nvidia's gone nowhere. So set out, set out. Liquidity map straight up. I mean, that's basically what it's doing. It's showing where high volume pivots are. It's going to predict the volume profile to go with it. GME. All right, shake it one more. I'll show you the volume profile trick. GME. There is resistance. Again, the high volume nodes are going to be here, here, 24, 24 and a half, 23 and a half, open and close. So this one is like open, orange, open. So this one would have had a short pivot off of here to there if we would have had it. A long trade from here to here if we were to break through. But again, down here, if you open and the open is resistance, it falls to next resistance. In this case, if you open and it falls to there. That's the only trade setup that we can predict. Here, that to that. So you can use liquidity map the same way. Same way. Palantir. And let me show you what it actually does. Let's find a good one that's taps and pivots. Okay. Palantir is an example. Or blue to orange is a setup, or an orange break is a setup to next resistance. So again, orange break is a setup to there. Below blue, again, no trade. A lot of these are like sit and wait out. And boy, this is just kind of like dumbness, right? I'm glad we're missing that. And what's neat about it is that these high volume pivots like this one right here, if you open up a chart, it'll actually be like the point of control of Palantir. So the higher volume pivots are going to find you point of control and high volume nodes in a volume profile, but mapped out at the beginning of the day. So you essentially are showing yourself where your high volume nodes are going to be based on options before the day actually started. So instead of using yesterday's volume for today's analysis and a volume profile is what you normally do, this is using volume that hasn't happened yet for today's analysis. So it's getting a day ahead of a volume profile. So that's kind of what you're doing with this. It's an amazingly awesome math trick that we did. So you're like one step ahead. So BABA in this environment below blue, there's a bounce off of orange back to open. So there's pressure from here to there. Other than that, there is no setup other than to watch it bleed. Tesla. All right, one more. And I got to go. I'm going to call it a day. We'll take it easy today. No more trades. For some reason, my Tesla is broken. Okay. No clue what happened there. Let's put it over here. When I typed in Tesla, what the hell happened? My platform is not having fun with this. My internet down? Like everything froze up. Okay. Let me try this again. I think my connection, my connection just glitched. Okay. Hold up. Can liquidity map tell you anything for tomorrow? The monthly maps to do. They get you 3 months in advance. Even Tesla is being hacked on Rocket Scooter. Good Lord. Good Lord. There we go. My connection just sneezed for a little bit. So here you will see that Tesla has nothing but resistance pressure off of orange back to open, and orange back to open is what you see happening 2 times. And then if you lose the open, it falls to next resistance. And if you lose the open, it falls to next resistance, wherever it is. So down in here, there's a short setup from here, maybe to there, or to wait for a long break if you're there. And this is no man's land to do nothing, for the most part, down here. Okay, so monthly map will show you 3 months out. And for a stock, it'll show you 1 month out. And what you're looking for is currently where you're trading. And so with Tesla, currently, we're in what's called a liquidity pocket. We are in between bull zone and bear zone. Liquid markets don't crash. Hey, 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 that's a good sign. However, next week and the week after, we are clearly trading in illiquid bear zone. So while Tesla is resting this week, 3 weeks after, it's going to still kind of look bad. So we are trading kind of in bear zones as well. See how this is the top of a bear zone. So as time goes by, Tesla is still finding that bear resistance roughly at about 300. Okay, so from here, this bull side sloping up like this means that bulls are continuing to liquidate over the course of the month as well. So pops will be sold, likely so, according to the options. Now, again, every day this changes, we get a different read, but you can see that you have bull side liquidating, bear side strengthening. You're kind of stuck in still perpetual bear zone for the month. How will I use this for an option? Oh, there's 1,000 ways to do it. All right, an example. If this is the top of your bear zone, then you can sell calls on this expiration date, and this expiration date, and buy calls as part of a vertical credit spread to bet in the bull zone. If you break to the bull zone, it's going to rally. You break into the liquidity pocket, it's likely going to rally as well. So you can engage in a call credit spread to bet that we don't break out of the bear side and sell and put your sell side risk on the non-bear side, either the liquidity or the bull side. People use this to do iron condors and vertical credit spreads all day, every day. That's the best way to do it. And then on the speculative side, if you're trading like in a bull zone or a bear zone, if the market trades up to there, you can buy puts at any one of your pivots to strike below here. So you could buy your put whenever it's the cheapest here. Something like that, Nihal, is a great way to think about it. So you're basically betting on if this is where the bear resistance is, then you would sell your calls on the bull side, right? To bet that the majority of the bearish side will stay bearish, and then vice versa for the call side. If you're above that bull side and those bull side bars are doing this and this and then this, and right, and price is right here, and then your bear side is like down here in a nice bull market, then your market falls to there. You can long the market to bet that the bull side happens. Market falls to there, you can bet that the bull side holds. We always long at both places. And when markets fall, you can engage in your put credit spreads just like this. Oops. So you can bet that the bull side holds or that the bear side returns to bull. Or you can bet on the edges here or below the bear side. And that's what people do. Anybody using Rocket Scooter to teach option strategies? I would ask Ashton Noland. He's a Rocket Scooter expert that also teaches options. They have a good community as well. So last night was pretty awesome. I was on a mastermind with, you guys know Max Options Trading. So they interviewed me last night. It was kind of fun. I don't know if we'll post clips of it at some point or whatever, but you guys stay tuned for that. They sat and chatted with me for like me and their whole panel of people. There was maybe like, I don't know, 300-400 people in their masterminds. Pretty big turnout. And I chatted with all those dudes, Llama, Max, all those guys. Chilled for like 2 hours. It was chill. Loving the platform. Awesome, Maddie. Appreciate you, man. But that, yeah, Ashton's great. I don't know if he still teaches Rocket Scooter because they have their own business model and thought process. But Ashton knows our platform inside and out. He actually is one of the forces that helped us pioneer the understanding of what monthly maps even do. After I created monthly maps, Ashton and I were the ones working together to kind of create a big study off of what can we do with it. We knew it was a cool thing, and we're going to credit a lot of our understanding of monthly maps and what Ashton's research Did. Very, very, very smart dude in the options world for sure. You tell him we sent you, so if you're going to talk to him. How come I can't see XYZ stock on monthly maps? If it doesn't have the, if we don't have the options data, it won't print a map out. So we're actually expanding how many tickers we pull in as part of our new project. All right, so a cool thing is that Rocket Scooter's affiliate program is now live. Those of you, we're going to beta test some of it. Some of you have already, I've written down the names of some of you that are interested. You refer friends or bring people in. We're going to have an affiliate program where you can make recurring commissions on all Rocket Scooter platform sales and such. So we'll let more information, later today, but this will go live today. Does it work on Baba? It does work on Baba. If we've got the options information, we'll be able to do it. Baba definitely works. All right, guys. I'm done for the day. Let's call it. Not a bad day today. I don't know. What is this? 2,800, 2,950, 3,970, 4,680. It's like 4,800 bucks. It's like $5,000. I can't complain. Another day, another win. Tradeify. Remember, get your prop firms from us. Use our code. The proceeds further develop our trading platform. We'd love for you to support us. We get the best deals across the board for all your prop firms. We get the tier 1 affiliate status with everybody. Fan favorites here are going to be Tradeify, Take Profit, Apex, ETF, My Funded Futures. Those are the 5 that we have. Tradeify is what I'm trading right now. I got funded with them right out the door, straight to funded, and I got my first payout in 10 days. That was an amazing process. My next step is to get to 100K total with these guys. I can sit here and watch the journey there. We got my consistency down to like the 40s and 50s, and I'm only on, I'm almost there for this round. I get down to 20%. Should be hard to do. Yeah, if you already get people to sign up, there's no way to track that. But basically, we're going to give you a link. Give that link anywhere you go. I'm talking any trading community, any Discord, any Reddit, anything. And when you mention us, you can give people that link, and then you can get a credit of the sale if we get you in our affiliate program. Trying to break out. Yeah. Like I said, man, this is just a day. There's not much juice that I can get that's really good. There's not much I can see that's worth taking. I wanted to see this dip down to here and then rally up by the end of the day, which we might actually get, but I'm going to say for today, kind of worth sitting out and chilling away until tomorrow. I can't complain. I put some money in my pocket today, so we're good. But I love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. Now, before I get out of here, don't forget we have our boot camp that goes every single day, 3:30 Eastern. If you can't make the videos, are recorded, which is really nice. $1 a class. That's it. $1 a class. If you like rejection, no scrump. I'll be back tomorrow. Unless you're saying you feel like I'm rejecting you, which I would never do. Never. Never. Platform is 50% off. First month, $40 off every month after that. It's a double deal. If you guys are at the platform, this is a link. The first one that I posted in chat is a link to the boot camp. It's $20 for 20 days, and it recurs every month. You can stay as long as you want. We get to class 20, we start over. Class 20, we start over, and we loop over and over and over and over and over with them. David, why you shot at me, man? Anybody know can use the same prop firm just for the evaluation, passing go along and go short at the same time? Yeah, you actually can. That's a strategy most of your influencers use on the eval side. They track that in the funded sides. You can't get away with it there, but the eval side, nobody cares. Yes, buy 40 Apex accounts, long 20, short 20, and let them ride. I'm just kidding with you, man. And you will pass some of them probably. Now, choppy days, you're probably going to lose both of them. But in nice, strong, solid bull markets, you can go in there and long the majority, hedge with 10, short 10, and then if you fail the 20, 10 of them will win. And that's what everyone does. Why do you think when your favorite influencer blows up for the morning, they're back in action with 20 more ready to go? That's all they do. Yeah, they just the evals though. And you have to read the rules to see if they don't let you do it. Some of them don't care, some of them care. And it's prop firm to prop firm, unfortunately. So as Zaharine said, it's technically against most prop firms TOS. Yeah, you have to read the bylaws there and all the little rules and stuff they got. But anywho, guys, I love you. Thanks for tuning in. Another day, another win. We are crushing it. You guys liking what you see at Rocket Secure? Feel free to sub to the channel. We're here every single day. Tired of watching influencers blow up and do prop firm arbitrage and not really showing you what they do. I'm on a winning streak here. I've only lost one day in March, and it was only $42 in this environment. I'm getting lucky, but our boot camp will teach you and train you on my style of reading the market. $1 a day. That's it. It'll always be $1 a day. That's what we're famous for.